We are back. This is The Connection, where we connect the dots between hip-hop and mental health. I'm Shu.
It was good as Hendo.
And we're about to get right into the first segment, guys. This is gonna be a good one. So for Change My Mind today, we're gonna talk about we want to talk about Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B.
Bro.
I don't necessarily know if I guess we're arguing everything, just them as a whole. You know, we're comparing their two latest albums. They both just dropped a recent album, and I want to compare their legacy.
Cardi's album ain't crazy. It's not as recent as Nicki's, for one. And for two, Nicki has proved and shown that she writes her own shit. Is better than a lot of other niggas, like males and women who have been her predecessors. Like, as far as commercial goes, promo, endorsements, lyricism, music, awards, fashion.
Here's how I feel. Like, Nicki Minaj has proven herself.
She's better than every female rapper.
I remember when, I give people a hard time when they first come out. Like, I always say they got to prove more, you know what I mean? And that's okay, but I remember when Nicki came out and I was telling everybody, like, nah, like, Lil' Kim's the truth. Like, fuck Nicki, you know what I mean?
Lil' Kim,
I wasn't trying to hate on Nicki,
but...
Biggie
was Kim's ghostwriter.
Well, what I was saying was, like, I always respected the shit out of Lil' Kim, you know what I mean? And to me, like, Lil' Kim...
I grew up on her music.
She may or, right, and same here, and she may or may not have been, like, on that platform, but, like, I always viewed Lil' Kim as, like, the female version of Biggie. You know what I mean?
That's because Biggie was writing her shit.
Right, exactly, because Biggie was writing her shit. And but back to the Cardi thing, like, Cardi just came out and Nicki's proven herself. She's respectfully earned that spot in my mind. You know what I mean? And the way I think about it now is Cardi's got to prove herself a little more, but she's getting all the love out here. Like, her latest album was crazy. I listened to it. I didn't digest it all completely as I normally would a whole album, so I really can't touch on much of it.
She got a chance on the album.
But she had some shit.
She got a chance.
Let's talk about the
album,
features.
Bro.
Who did Cardi have on her album? I know Nicki's got some heavy hitters on there.
All I know is that she got a chance on the album. I'm not sure what.
She got a chance on there, but Nicki's got fucking
Latin artists.
Ozuna, right?
A few of them.
Cardi
her
does?
album is crazy.
Ozuna
You
just did a song with Tory Lanez.
Whoever put her album together.
Who produced that album? Does anybody know?
Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
When she put Bodak Yellow on that shit was so old, bro.
But it was rightfully deserved.
That's your first album.
You gotta put that shit on there.
I think she went
That was
gold.
her hit. That took her.
She went gold like the first week.
Yeah, bro. I remember.
That was
I was
crazy.
sitting.
She outdid Lauryn Hill.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
First time. Wait, what about Lauryn Hill?
She outdid Lauryn Hill, bro.
With that single, yeah. That's
for female
for
numbers.
Female, yeah. She outdid Nicki, yeah.
Wow.
You still rap better.
Wow.
Yo, I got the Chipotle in the building.
Now here's my thing with that. Do you think we were talking? Hendo and I were talking about this earlier. Do you think today's numbers are the same as like back in the day? I don't think they're as organic. You know what I mean?
The numbers are
they're a little skewed.
Yeah, it's not the first of all when they add numbers up, they add so many different things. So many different things come into play,
like streams and shit. Now.
Yeah, like so many different things.
They would never count that shit back in the day. You know,
right.
But they have to now because like the industry's a little different on the business side.
You know what though? Nicki implemented that. She went to Apple Music and said, like, listen, all my album sales, all my streams on this site need to count as album sales, and she won. And she's the reason why a lot of artists are eating off of just streams. Her and Taylor Swift to a certain degree, yeah. You feel me? So like, as much as the numbers may depend on other things, like you have to change with the times. You feel me?
You do.
Not a lot of people are going out to Target and buying albums. You feel me?
And you know, I hate to bring Kim into this conversation, but I mean, obviously, we're talking about the best female MC in the game right now,
Nicki.
And Lil' Kim like has to. Lil' Kim sounds like 2000 still, and that's the problem. And I hate it. You know what I mean?
There's this one. There's this one John named Snow the Product. She's Mexican.
Oh, Snow the Product's crazy.
She's bodying Nicki.
Is she Mexican?
Yeah.
Well, did you hear
the albino looking chick?
Yeah, nigga.
The real pale skin, the blonde hair. She's Mexican. She's She's a problem out here, bro.
She a better rapper than Nicki, but Nicki
Snow the
is
Product's a problem out here. But
Nicki
that's a
is
whole
the
different
GOAT,
type
bro.
of rap. She's
Nicki is the GOAT.
like Snow the Product's like a. I don't even want to get into that, bro. We're gonna talk female MCs maybe next week or the week after. But
No, I think you got to separate what you're actually trying to
commercially, I'm
put
talking
on.
who's the best female MC
You have to
commercially.
put up, because when you're talking about rapper and then you're talking about like the stuff that she does, and I don't know. Like I said, like as far as with business, her business is great. Her business is great.
You're talking about Nicki?
Nicki.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, her
And
business.
she
is,
already has all the respect.
Yeah, her
She's
business is great, and that's like even when her and Remy was going at it and stuff like that. And it took her a minute to respond and all that, but when she did respond, she got paid.
She barely even responded. She had like little tidbits and shit, but she never came out with like an official diss track.
Cause she can't beat Remy
You don't think
on
so?
the hip. Fuck
Nah, listen
Fuck
to me.
no.
Stop it right now.
No.
Don't you
No.
make that face.
No.
Remy
Remy will body her.
Remy bodied the shit out of her.
Remy a man for real. It didn't even seem fair to me.
As far as number one, it's Remy number one. Alone,
that's
right?
Remy. That's
I already give her respect.
Remy a monster.
But when you got Pat Poose in your corner, bro, come on.
No, but that was the thing. Before her and Pat Poose even got to, like, Remy always
She's always
had
been a
bars.
beast. She's been a
It
problem,
was just
yeah.
that she put a lot of commercial joints out that she had to put out because that was the game.
Yeah.
That Conceited shit was hard though.
Yeah, but you had to put them type of joints out. But when you go to her and really look at bars and stuff
I
like that,
respected Remy since the early days of Terror Squad.
Always
Remy's
was
a beast,
She
bro.
stood with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was a man. Like nobody.
Right now, she's out here putting out more shit than Fat Joe.
But you know the
she's
difference.
representing.
The difference between her and female rappers. When she was out before, they didn't consider her as a female. They didn't
Right.
put her in the category as a female rapper.
didn't.
They just consider her a rapper.
They never
She
gave
been
her
a
that
gully
respect.
ass bitch.
Yeah, they just called her a rapper. They never
Yeah,
compared
people
her.
look at her. I could see people look at her as like a straight up dude, bro.
Yeah, that's like a rapper.
She bad as fuck though.
She don't need to be in the female rapper
In the
category. She could be in
she's
just
a-
a rapper category.
yeah.
She bad
Yeah, that's
as
a different
fuck,
story,
though.
bro. We're gonna get in these female MCs, and I'm gonna tell you right now, for anybody that doesn't already know, I have mad respect for Remy.
What about Foxy Brown? Nicki
I
got Foxy.
love Foxy Brown.
Nicki got Foxy Brown.
Love Foxy Brown, and I grew my respect
You know-
for Foxy in her early days, making tracks
You know,
with like
Remy
Nas
Ma
and Jay Z.
You know, Remy Ma and Foxy Brown had beef back in the day.
Yeah, all them chicks had beef because they wanted to.
all
You know
them,
how
yeah.
chicks are. We talk about this all the time.
It was fighting for position.
Chicks are more right. Chicks are more competitive. They have that competitive nature. They're more competitive than dudes. You know what I mean? So they wanted to fight for that spot.
You're my girl in the building.
Every girl just wants to be the chick.
My
And
girl
that's
in the
it. Every
building.
female-
She making
female
them
I'm
face. She making them faces.
Uh oh,
man.
she's making a face. What's your opinion?
She making
Who's
a
your
cake.
Who's your favorite female
Yo,
rapper?
K Swiss in the building. Who you?
K Swiss.
She eating on the Chipotle, but while she eating that Chipotle, I'm gonna just say, bro, like Cardi versus Nicki, bro. Commercial. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Commercial, bar for bar. Even attractiveness. I'm going with Nicki.
Nicki?
I think right now, commercial
Is
wise,
it fair to compare them yet, though? Because like Cardi's got a lot to prove. I'm
Right.
going to say this right now. Cardi can, in the next 5 to 10 years, take.
No, she can't.
You know, she's got the clout. She can take.
No,
all
she
Anyone taking Madonna's spot?
respect.
She has Nicki's spot now. People don't. Y'all
It's
not
the
paying
same thing,
attention
like I
to
said
that.
earlier. It's the
I don't
same
think
respect
so.
I
She
have
has-
for Kim.
she has
I have for
Nicki-
Nicki now, right? And I'll always have respect for Lil Kim. But I have that Nicki Minaj is that chick, right? Cardi could literally change that in the next 5 years, maybe even sooner.
Right now, commercial
Commercially, I
business
think
and all
Cardi-
that. Cardi got her
Cardi's
right now.
got it.
Right now, Nicki is
It's kinda
fighting to
time.
try to get back in position.
But Nicki's a beast. If we're talking
I don't think
lyricism,
it's much of a fight.
if we're talking lyricism, I don't even know if Cardi writes all her
No,
shit.
she
Nicki,
doesn't.
I think, does, right?
Yeah, she can't
I don't
get
know
her-
if Nicki. I think Nicki writes all her shit.
She
I don't know
does.
if Wayne writes any.
She-
I don't
yo,
know.
She
But
wasn't
I
before.
think Nicki
Hold
writes all her shit.
on.
She wasn't before.
Nah, fuck that. Because I watched the whole
You
interview.
seem pretty
She-
passionate about this. So I'm
Nah,
gonna,
because I watched. I'm not about to.
interview the
Nah,
other
we not.
night.
Yeah, we watched the interview the other night. She literally called up mad niggas to confirm. She literally went on Flex and called people and was like, "Yo, has any nigga ever written for me? Nobody. Niggas that have
she
shit
just
on
said
her, bro.
she just said it in her album when we were listening to it. She just said, I can happily say that nobody's ever written in
niggas
one of
that
my
have shit on her in the public. She called and was like, "Yo, has any man or
then I
female
respect the
ever
shit
written
out of her.
for
Then
me?"
she's a
And he
real
was like,
lyricist.
nah.
She's a real lyricist.
Nah, Safari used to write for her.
No, he didn't.
did.
He even admitted that he was lying.
No, but actually, they said it before. I don't know how it actually changed to actually now nobody wrote for her.
Someone need to show me. Like,
Well, if
Maybe he
that
helped
was
her.
the talk before,
Maybe he helped
and
her.
now all of a sudden that she's trying to back up how no one.
Because she
ever wrote
couldn't,
for
she
her,
never denied it
I'll
at
tell you why.
first.
It's because of the Cardi thing. She wants to be.
Bro.
There's got to be dividing lines here. Like, if Cardi's getting someone to write for her and Nicki's not, then I'm siding with whoever's not.
But you know what the thing
here with
is?
the ghostwriter.
But you know what the
Telling
thing
you,
is now?
Safari admitted that he wasn't. That he
But-
was just bullshitting.
No, even if he wasn't, the thing with Cardi right now is if she's not writing her own stuff, nobody cares no more.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
That's true. Because Drake already took that spear for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, nobody. Nah, the
that
thing
shit
about
really kind of changed the. Man,
That
that
shit
really.
make me-
nah, even with Drake, like I said,
I wish
like
if it was true, I wish nobody knew because like
Yeah.
that really like we're out here
Pissed me
respecting the fuck out of Drake and he apparently
I
has.
don't respect him as a man.
I never
respect him as an artist.
I never
know you say it on every
respected. I never
episode.
respected him for the bars. I never respected him for the bars.
Why?
It was just
Drake-
the music.
Drake
It was
got
just
bars.
no. I know you do.
Drake does have bars.
No. This is what
I
I'm
will
saying.
say.
Like the material that he was putting out, I just like the material.
It was softer.
yeah, I like the material.
Oh, you like the material?
Yeah,
Great songwriter.
like it didn't matter who was writing and all that. Like he delivered great songs.
He did, yeah.
You know, so and that was the thing that got
You're
his
saying you
fan
never
base.
looked for Drake.
Yeah, it didn't
never
matter
looked
if
for bars.
somebody was writing for him or.
Yeah, I mean, when I want to hear some bars, I'm not going for Drake.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
he
gonna-
He does deliver bars.
Yeah.
He does,
Have you heard Lord Knows?
bro. I've heard them all, bro.
Bro, Lord Knows is one of the most.
Yeah, I like Drake.
been a Drake
yeah,
fan.
I like Drake.
I love Drake,
Snap,
man.
bro. 5 a.m. in Toronto or whatever.
But
Crazy.
let's not make this about Drake. I want to really like
I don't know.
dive
You
deeper
can't
into
go
this.
to a lot of them and try to, cause doing all of them songs and all that, he had a writer.
Cardi's definitely got
So
the
we don't know
W
which one
right
of them
now
he
as far
actually
as like the
wrote.
clout.
Right.
But I mean, if Nicki Minaj doesn't have a ghostwriter and Cardi does, then that's. I mean, I'm moving Cardi down a little bit on the list.
Cardi is not going to in the long run, bro.
Cardi did have a dope album though, and I respect the
Her
shit.
album was-
You know what I
her album
respect?
was
I
fire.
respect Cardi's story. I respect where
I do
she comes
too.
from.
Her
She was
album nice.
she was dancing. She was I don't
Nicki
know.
damn near got the same story, except she never been a stripper.
She was really out here stripping, and she was rapping at
Nicki
the same
was really
time,
out
making
here selling crack.
mixtapes. And well, I don't know. I don't really know that story that well. I don't.
So what are y'all comparing? Like
We're-
what?
We're comparing Cardi and Nicki's legacy,
just
and
comparing
it may
them
be
in essence.
premature. It's a premature conversation
Yeah.
because Cardi doesn't have that many years in the game yet. So
Yeah, she.
It's a
she
little
does.
Like
premature.
3 or 4. She
but
was
I want to
popping
know,
now.
for all the followers out there listening, I want you guys to, text me, DM me, message me, and let me know. Do you guys think you're rocking with Nicki or you're rocking with Cardi?
I think longevity.
Longevity, Nicki.
What do you think will happen in the next, like, 5 to 10
I think
years with
Nicki longevity because
You think in the next like 5-10 years, you think Nicki still got it?
yeah, I mean because she's lyrical. Like she really had bars. She really know how to.
I haven't heard Cardi say some shit yet. Like
Yeah,
bars.
but that's the
Cardi
thing.
have
Yeah.
bars?
No, the joint she got out now. She got a diss record out now.
I don't know what that. I don't.
She
know
got a
what that
diss
is.
record
Does that
out
mean
now.
She does or she doesn't. What you just.
That look.
Right.
What was that
know
look?
what that look is. Does that mean she does or she
Recite you
does
some-
not?
Let me recite you some Cardi bars real quick.
Let me hear
She
it.
was like, I'm on some other shit, some Cardi B gutter shit. Every time I catch a hitting bitch, she on her stutter shit. On Instagram, wildin' be on her bugging shit. Yo, she was
That's
like,
not bars, bro.
She said, touch mine, getting slime one time. Yo, like she.
All right, so she's got rhymes.
Yeah,
so
she
she's
got
rhyming.
rhymes.
She's got
You talking about
multi-syllable
metaphors and
rhymes.
shit?
I'm talking about bars, bro, that make you think, and you're like, holy shit, double meaning, double entendres, triple entendres,
Nah,
crazy
she
shit.
ain't- nah.
You know
Nah,
what I mean?
that's not
Nicki
her.
got bars, man.
That's not-
Nicki has
Nicki
those.
got
When I hear
bars.
some of the shit Nicki said, I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and she knows she can go in
She
with
said
greats
more
like
knots than
Roman's
Eric on
Revenge when
basketball
she did a
was.
track with Eminem on Roman's Revenge. I was like, yo, I have so much respect for this chick.
You know what
Because there's a
M
lot of
said?
people that won't get on a
One of
track
my
with
favorite lines that M said on that song, he was like, So take a leap of faith off a balcony before I shove a falcon wing up your fly ass.
Yeah, bro.
Shit
He always
was
says some shit.
crazy,
You know, he
yo.
said that's
But
a
you know,
different topic.
but look at she was on the joint
That's
with
crazy,
Jay Z and Kanye and still
She
her
held her
ground.
own. A lot of people, men and women, like her verse better than all of them.
Yeah, she bodied that joint.
Personally, I think Jay and
Wait,
Ye
on
did
what
way
what
Nah,
what
she-
track are we talking
I
about?
like Nicki.
Monster.
Monster's a
She
my
killed
god.
Monster.
She bodied that shit.
did, bro.
And her scene in the music video was better than all of them,
Can
except
I,
for Ye's.
can I ask you something I always wanted to know about
What?
Monster? Why does Rick Ross have one little
Rick-
short part?
Because Rick Ross is that nigga, bro.
All he does is come in and say, "I'm a fat motherfucker." Like, look
And
who's
that
in trouble.
song wouldn't be that
And that's
song without
bro. No. I wanted him to have a verse. Is what
I
I'm
wanted him
saying.
to have
I
a
love
16
Ross.
for real.
I really did.
Yeah.
And I'm so
'Cause
upset.
Rick
Why
Ross
did they
be-
do that to
Rick-
him? Why did
Ross, Ross is one of the most slept-on artists ever.
they hit
You know
Ross up
almost-
last minute? Like, yo, Ross, we got like 15
Bro.
seconds on the track.
intro verse,
What the
bitch.
fuck, bro?
You know, almost every album that he puts out goes gold. I don't think he's had a flop album yet.
His albums are so slept on, bro.
His beats
They're
are
crazy.
amazing, bro. His beats are ridiculous.
His beat selection is fucking retarded.
Fire,
It's
amazing.
retarded.
He raps like a mob. He raps like our generation's Jay-Z, dog. That's how I feel. I feel like
He's right. He's keeping that mafioso hip hop alive,
Yes,
like that
bro.
Nas, Jay-Z,
Like Black Illuminati
Mobb
shit.
Deep,
Yeah.
Yep.
I fucks
Yep.
with him for real. But as
There's
far
not too many artists keeping that type of that subgenre of hip hop alive these days, and I love that.
I wouldn't even call it a subgenre.
No, he's in the category of the Fab and the Jadakiss and like them dudes. Like,
Ross?
yeah,
think so?
because like every
He
time
is, but it's a different type of.
Nah,
It's more of like
feel, his feel. You can feel him a little more.
what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a certain.
Grandiose or some shit like that.
Nah, it's like a. Damn, I don't know how to. You can't explain it, man. It's like
I feel like
the way he talks about
It's-
success and like.
and like his like struggle and shit, like
Right.
how he puts it together is just fire, yo.
Now I think
Yeah,
with Rick Ross and his music, it just seems like he's a bigger artist than a Jadakiss or a Fab and all. You know, like the way he carry himself is more
Yeah.
bossy.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is he go gold just like Kiss and Fab. Like
I
every
feel that.
like he just go gold.
I feel like
That's what puts
He's a
him that
smart
say.
businessman. He knew what he was doing all along. Back in the day when he was calling himself a boss,
bro, he got Meek.
he knew he was.
got Wale. He got Gunplay. These niggas can all rap.
Wale is the dopest lyricist he has. I'm sorry. Him and Meek. I mean, I don't know who else is on the team. Him and Meek.
Gunplay is a beast, bro.
I don't know. So show me. But I'm just saying right now, Wale. I'm tired of people sleeping on Wale. I really am.
I am
You
too.
know,
Wale
you
can't
already
be
know I
respected,
love Meek. I love Meek.
I
But
think Wale should have
Wale
never
is
been
so
on.
slept on.
Nah,
I'll
he should have
fucking smack
never.
the shit out of
You
someone.
know what I said?
Wale should be on
I said
Rock-
he made a
on Rock
mistake.
Nation.
Wale made a mistake from going to MMG.
From Rock Nation, because
He
he was
ne- he
on.
was-
No,
was he?
he was on. No,
He
he was
don't
on. He was on another label first. I don't know if it was like.
It wasn't Rock Nation. He should be on Rock
Was it
Nation. I feel.
Columbia?
I don't fucking.
I don't know what he was, but then Jay signed him on Rock Nation. Like I'm
No
talking,
way.
yeah, I'm talking back in like what was that, like 2010, 11?
So yeah, but that was
like
during
that.
the time when
Then he
Ross
left
Ross
Roc
went to Diddy. He was managed by Diddy.
Right.
You
And
know,
he's still basically under Jay-Z because MMG is under Jay-Z.
No fucking way.
Yeah, bro. What do you mean? Def Jam.
Oh shit.
Yeah, MMG is just a.
well, Jay the one that
sub-label.
signed. He's the one that signed Ross.
Ross just signed to Jay, bro.
Yeah, he
So
did-
anybody that signed to Ross is technically signed to Jay too.
Yeah, but
Crazy. I had no idea.
but what
And
was
if Meek goes and starts a label, which he has, Dream Chasers, anybody that's signed to him, you know what I mean? Like
That's so stupid.
it never ends.
That's such a stupid.
Why?
I just think that's dumb. Like
Why?
Drake did the smartest thing because his label isn't under Young Money. His label is under Universal. Like just having a chain of niggas.
I think it's like it's like a respect thing. Like the dude,
all that money.
you
is
don't
going
bite
back
the
to
hand that
Jay-Z.
feeds. The dude that brought you into this,
You think Wayne complaining?
he's not because he's made so much money off of Drake. But I'm just
He
saying,
still
like
makes money off of Drake.
it's a respect thing. It's like, all right, he brought you into this game. You know what I mean? He is pretty much the reason why you are where you are.
That's stupid.
Whether it would have been someone else or
No,
not.
but that's what I'm saying. A lot of times,
So like they work out a deal together. You know what I mean?
no, a lot of times where you fit at, is where you're best at. That's like even with Drake with a label, he still fits great with Young Money. Like that's his bread, like for real, because of the position that he's in with them.
Yeah,
You know, they keep him in that
does
position.
fit well there. Where else would Drake be? Like
so hold on.
where
hold
else
on.
would Drake fit?
Let's get back to Nicki and Cardi. It's so crazy that Nicki is signed to Wayne, is the biggest hip hop artist, female hip hop artist to ever live, bro. Right now,
She's arguably the greatest
yes,
female artist commercially to ever live.
she rap better than a lot of bitches, bro, and a lot of men.
But
Like,
I still
yeah,
think
but now
it was
there's a
because
lot
of
of-
Wayne. It was because of, like, first of all, when Drake and Nicki started popping, like, Wayne was at the top of his game.
he was bodying niggas.
Yeah, he was at the top of his game.
Features,
And,
all
it made Nicki and Drake so relevant.
Yeah.
You know,
They really ate off his name for real.
yeah, it made them so relevant to the fact that when they started putting out good material, it made them stand on their own.
What
That nigga
about?
Wayne
I'm
is
still not
making
over
so
the
much
fact
bread
you
off
say, like I'm saying Nicki commercially. You're saying right now that, and I think she's.
Lyrically, commercially.
I'm talking all female lyricists in account, like Lady of Rage, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill.
Rhapsody and shit.
Rhapsody's fucking on a whole. That's my favorite. Come on, bro.
I just think,
And she's young in her career, but
I just
Rhapsody's
think right now Nicki
problem.
got to catch back up. That's the only thing right now.
I think.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
if you look at
Rhapsody
the
is
business,
fucking eating everybody alive, bro.
yeah, if you look at the business behind it, like with Cardi right now is at the level that Nicki was. Like all the shows, like the big
As far
ass
as
show,
hype goes, I guess. Yeah.
commercial. You know, she has her commercial appeal right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, when you think
Nicki was the face of female MCs. Cardi,
right now, Cardi is now. That's what I'm saying. Nicki is now trying to catch back up.
I don't
Right.
think either of them
and
are
she
role
can.
models.
She
though.
can. If Nicki plays her cards right, she could.
No, but the thing about it, what happened was when Nicki and Remy was going at it, and Cardi work ethic was so crazy, it was easy for her to slide in.
She
They
dropped
forgot
2
about her.
tapes in 6 months. When
Yeah,
she first started.
they forgot about her. While them two beefing, she slid right in.
Yeah.
She slid right in,
She
and
was smart about that.
that's what made her big as she is.
That was smart as
Because-
shit.
Kodak Yellow came out of nowhere, bro.
Nah, her people sat her down and said, like, this is your time. Like, you got to
This
do it
shit-
right now.
right now.
That was so smart. It was such a good move.
yeah,
Because really, it's a game of chess.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, they.
and then it's all in timing, and then her timing was great. She got a chance to come in and shine. Sometimes you can't come in a game and shine.
Right.
She got a chance to come in and shine.
I
because
remember I was having
them two were so
conversations with
busy
people like,
beefing with
is
each
she
other.
gonna get the respect? Are we just gonna straight shit on Cardi? Is she gonna have is she gonna be a one hit wonder? You know what I mean? Like
I'm not saying
in the
Cardi-
matter of months, she came out of nowhere and like blew my mind.
I'm not saying Cardi doesn't deserve respect. She definitely does. But I'm saying when it comes to like longevity and when it comes to lyricism and when it comes to everything, you can be a better rapper than Nicki, but if your raps don't sell like hers do, then we can't talk your lyricism.
But that's that's
Because
why I said what
Nicki's
I said with
lyricism
Cardi.
sells albums, bro. Nicki's lyricism sells albums, and she's not a bad rapper whatsoever.
Hip hop heads really out here. Check for her.
Yeah, nigga, like
Yeah.
motherfuckers who listen to the Locks their whole life, like Nicki. My brother has been listening. I've been
Yeah, I
listening
like
to.
Nicki.
I've been listening to Dipset my whole life, bro, and I fucks with Nicki's music.
Now, Nicki's a beast.
There's some shit I don't like about her music, like the ultra pop stuff, but like she's a
Hey,
marketing.
she's really good at it, but it's not what I want to listen to.
bro,
But yeah, she is
writes her
she's a
own
lyricist.
music, bro.
Nicki's a lyricist.
She writes her own music, bro. Cardi has a ghostwriter.
But that's what I'm saying. Right now, it don't even matter.
That's so.
Look how big, because that's what the game has evolved to.
That makes me so
Now, do you
fucking
think she
mad,
bit
bro.
that Barbie shit off of Kim though?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That really pissed me
Hell
off.
Of course
yeah.
she did.
You know,
Hell
Kim
yeah.
used to talk about being
Hell
like
yeah.
the Barbie of hip hop,
yeah.
and,
Hell
and
yeah.
Nicki
Everything
just
she
came in
did-
with the Pink Friday and talking
The
Barbie
same-
this and
the
Barbie
same
that.
pose from hardcore.
But
like
even with
all
that
of that
situation,
Right, she was. There's
Yeah.
plenty of pictures you can see.
Yeah, that
where she's wearing the same outfit like Lil Kim was wearing.
Even
She's
with
basically trying to wear it better.
even with that situation though, bro, like Nicki wouldn't have did her all slimy like that if Kim wasn't off no old nigga syndrome shit. You feel me? Like,
Well, respect. She want to respect.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what she's supposed to do.
I got people hitting me up right now saying Nicki.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is Nicki.
But like
Snow
now,
the Product can rap better than Nicki, but
Snow the Product's
not-
a beast. Now
she
listen,
not at Nicki's
technically
level.
speaking, she's like
Snow is a beast, bro.
What? She's a fucking problem,
she's
bro.
a fucking problem, bro.
I don't want to hear
You think she
anybody
better
say.
than Rhapsody? I think she
And
better
and,
than
and,
Rhapsody.
and that's me saying this after I've only heard like a couple verses from her.
Do you know
But I
she
saw one
low-key-
freestyle and I'm like, I saw one freestyle she made. I'm like, what the fuck?
You know she low-key came up with the term woke. Like, that's from her. I swear to God, bro. I swear
No.
to
What?
God, bro.
what?
Snow the Product. Like,
Nah,
the reason,
I'm not giving you that.
bro. She is the
Came
reason.
up with what?
She came up with woke. I swear to God,
Woke has
bro.
been talked about for years, bro. She came out of nowhere, bro.
Fuck out of here, bro.
She's a baby MC, bro. She's like,
Nah, bro. She
she's
been
like-
bro. She been around, bro. She been around for like 4
bro,
years.
she gets up,
4 years.
She
Bro,
get-
my nigga, you know that song by Tech
she's
Nine?
spitting up verses all
Nah,
over
fuck outta
herself
here.
and shit.
Fuck out of here.
Right?
You know
She's
that
a
song?
baby MC, and then we're
Nigga,
rocking her back to
nigga,
sleep. Like, all right, you
nigga.
go back to sleep.
The song by Tech Nine with mad niggas on it. She's on that shit, and it's like so much they want to suck, so much they want to It's like some Tech
She
Nine
did not
song.
create the term woke, bro.
I swear to God, we can go home and I will show you that she has this whole following called Woke Gang, and she had snapbacks that said woke and shit.
That doesn't mean she started
Bro,
it.
but she sensationalized it.
My shit means stop hating on everything. What am I gonna walk around and say I started the
The
term
shoe
hate?
company.
No hate. I started all.
Did all.
The reason why you wear shoes on your feet today are because of me. Yo, you see them? You see them shits on your feet right now? That's because of me, dog.
That's not what I'm saying,
But
bud.
look at he like look in the dictionary. Look under woke.
Yeah.
Yo, he feel that with all his heart.
Yo,
He
chill.
feel it with all his heart.
You need to stop right now, dog.
Yeah.
Snow the Product is the reason. though.
playing.
I'm going to the Urban Dictionary right now. So he
telling you,
created
she
that
came
word.
up with- She is the reason that shit is so sensationalized and famous
Yo,
now.
that's funny.
Niggas stole that shit from right under her nose. I put that on my life. But to end this shit, Nicki better than Cardi, and everybody agree with me. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
feel me? She's a better rapper.
For
She-
now, we'll
Yeah,
see.
she is.
We'll see what happens. Cardi better really step it the fuck up. That's
Yeah,
all I gotta
facts.
say.
What's the
For
word?
our next segment, what's the wave? We're gonna talk about you know how rappers today like they're all kind of like mimicking each other. They all sound the same. Like there's a lot of similarity.
Can I lead this, please?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Bro.
I don't. You know, I hate all these motherfuckers.
So many. First off, your name
I take
is
it back.
Shu.
I take it back. I take it back. I don't hate them. I was using that word too freely. I don't
Yes,
hate
the
anybody, as a matter of fact, but I don't respect. I do not respect the bitchness
Bro, I'm so
in hip hop today,
stoned right now.
and I don't respect non-creativity and no originality. And you fucking lead this. I don't feel like talking about this shit.
All right, so this is where I'm gonna disagree and agree with you.
These dudes are
A
corny
lot of
as
these
shit.
niggas, a lot of these young niggas, these new niggas do sound the same.
How are you a new rapper and you're a product of another new rapper? You bitch ass motherfucker.
Yo, he going ham.
Jesus.
But you gotta understand, bro. They grew up in a different era. Like a lot of these niggas look up to Wayne, or a lot of these niggas look up to
Don't
Wayne.
tell me that because I love Wayne and you're gonna make me really like.
Bro,
regret
in the
that.
Motto music video, tell me Wayne wasn't wearing very, very tight leggings and green shoes.
I'm
And
talking
green shoes.
about rapping ability right now. If we're talking about hip hop as a culture and just like fashion and all that,
We're talking about everything.
we're talking about everything. So everything in account.
Wayne is responsible for these little niggas to a certain degree.
Wayne is
Because
definitely
Wayne does he not have face tattoos?
yeah, and the
Does he not have dyed dreads?
and the whole skater shit that was definitely from Wayne
Does
and
he not have dyed dreads?
Pharrell.
Because I just saw a picture of Wayne at 2 Chainz fucking funeral with a bow tie, a dress shirt, and his ugly ass nappy yardy
say
blonde
two-
hair. 2 Chainz
funeral.
funeral. I meant wedding. My bad.
You
My
said
bad.
funeral. Yo, you
My
just
bad, my
caught
bad,
me
my
off
bad, my
guard
bad,
for
my
a second.
bad,
Like,
my bad. 2 Chainz is a lot.
dog,
my bad,
I'm
my
like,
bad, my
bro, we lost 2 Chainz, bro. Oh my god, bro.
bad. I'd be
You
so
can't be
sad.
doing that shit.
I'd be so sad if we lost 2 Chainz. But fucking.
And I'm not gonna talk about that. That's fine.
But nah, bro, fucking Wayne is a real big reason why these little niggas exist. If you watch any of these little niggas interviews, they look up to Wayne, they look up to Kiss, they look up to Kurt Cobain, they look up to Gucci Mane, they look up to Speaker Knockers, they look
Do
up
they
to
look up to Kiss?
Bro, Trippie Redd
Do
went
they?
on. Yes, Trippie Redd went on an interview and he was like, "Bro,
Just
I
Trippie
fucks
Redd though. Just Trippie Redd.
A lot of these niggas listen to rock. Lil Skies Camp, them niggas is white boys, Mexicans and shit. They listen to gangster rap and deathcore music,
Yo,
bro.
by the way, I had a dude, Young Bull. I think he's like 21. He showed me a track by Lil Skies. Not to get
Lil
off
Skies
topic,
is fire.
but you keep telling me that, and I told
a
him, I
great
said, my
songwriter.
boy, my co-host always tells me about Lil Skies, and I don't give these dudes a shop. So I was like, play a track because he was talking about it. I was like, play a track.
What did he put on?
It wasn't bad. I don't know the name,
Was it
but
Red
it
Roses?
wasn't bad. I like
On
it.
the dun, 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 dun.
It wasn't the popular one. He played something else, and
I need that
fucked with
lettuce
it.
sandwich. Don't think they
I
understand.
thought, would it be the first shit I put on? No, but could I vibe out to it? Yeah.
Bro, and Lil Skies is only like he's evolving
bad.
as a lyricist too. Like
wasn't bad.
He raps about his life and shit. Like
So I'll give him that.
Skies
But,
is fire.
but back to what we were saying.
A lot of these niggas, bro, like they dress the same, they sound the same.
They all like listen. Mumble rap as a mumble rap is obviously the biggest genre in hip hop right now.
I think I would
currently,
call it,
right?
I'm not calling it mumble rap anymore because I can fully understand
I
what
am.
they're saying, but I would call it like punk rap, like
I don't.
grunge
All
rap.
right, sometimes I can't understand what they're saying, but I think more so it's I don't want to understand what they're saying because it's a lot
I
of
think
fuck
it's
shit
like-
too. They're putting bad energy and bad vibes out there. Like,
I think it's just rebellious energy. I wouldn't say it's bad.
let me explain what I mean though. Like, when Eminem says some shit, we all know he's fucking around. He's just on some lyricist shit. Like that's what hip hop's about.
These little
but when
niggas
they
are
say
really
some
out here
shit, they're
doing
really
dance
out
and
here
shit.
telling people to do bad shit.
They're really
like
out here
Eminem's not
doing
telling
drugs.
you to do it. He's saying don't do it.
Okay, but
I'm
Eminem
fucking up. I'm
definitely,
doing this, whether it's
definitely
true or not.
Eminem definitely rapped about getting high a lot in his early career.
He did. He
You
did.
feel me? So
He
you
did.
have to get these young niggas a pass because Eminem was very young in his career, and so are these young niggas, and that's what they're doing. They're doing drugs. They keep guns on them, and they rep gangs, and they wear very, very grungy fucking outfits. They're like punk. They're like punk gangsters.
But
you feel
he
me?
even
Like,
admitted like that's his whole like persona. You know what I mean? Like he admits shit, and they don't admit that. That's
But
one. And two,
I don't think
he
they-
came back and he told everybody like he's you could tell he's matured since
But
those
even
days,
Lil
right? Since
Skies,
he was a kid.
Even Lil Skies, he tells people, "Is like, yo, like, stop doing Xans and shit. Like, just smoke weed." And he has face tattoos all over and shit. He probably hangs out with kids who do drugs. You feel me? Like, he's out here promoting a positive message. He promotes, he talks about like depression and shit like that.
You know why it's also different? I was a kid when I was listening to Eminem, and I still listen to him, obviously, but I didn't. I was going through a different phase in my life. Like right now, I've had people around me fucked up on drugs. I've had people around me that have committed suicide. I've had people that have done some shit, and
Same.
I don't want that. I don't want that put out there into the world.
I respect
don't,
that.
You know what I mean? Like
I respect that.
you go through certain things in life, and you just don't want to promote that shit because you don't want to see that shit anymore. I know I now see how it affected me and the people around me, and I'm like, I don't want to.
And I'll agree with you
Not
to a
promoting
certain
that.
degree that they
I don't
like.
condone it at all.
I'll agree with you to a certain degree that they glorified it and they promote it, but you also have
He
to,
doesn't glorify it. He's just on some like crazy hip
I'm
hop.
talking
shit.
about like new niggas. Like they definitely glorify it to a certain degree. They definitely promote it.
They do.
But like some of these niggas, like Lil Peep,
They need help. They don't know what's going on. They don't even know what the
that's
fuck.
what I
they're
was
saying.
getting to, like-
they're young kids and they don't get it. And I feel bad and I want to help them, but they're too cocky and arrogant and they don't want to listen to anybody, bro. They don't have any respect for anybody that did anything.
I mean,
for them, that have paved the way for them.
me being damn near in their age bracket, you have to understand that like a lot of these young niggas didn't grow up in the streets or didn't grow up with their like in their life with like OGs
They don't know what
or
goddamn
father
thing they're
figures.
talking about.
You feel me? I'm saying like they didn't grow up with OGs or father figures to teach them how to be militant or move. They just started doing their own thing because they wanted to and they didn't give
A
a
lot
fuck.
of them are product of their environment.
Exactly.
And I get it.
So my whole thing is like I understand that they don't want to listen to an old nigga because like that OG that's trying to give them advice wasn't with them in the trenches or wasn't with them while they was trying to get their whole life right. You feel me? So if you were an OG or a young nigga, I wouldn't listen to you from my perspective because you wasn't there. You wasn't with me shooting in the fucking gym. But at the same time, like if you don't take wisdom for other people, you have no idea how you're going to evolve. That's why people like X, who you could even put in a mumble rap category to a certain degree, like he would reach out to people like Juice WRLD or Trippie Redd or Tekashi even and be like, yo, like you have to move in a more militant fashion or you have to watch out for the negative energy. He would even reach out to people like Kodak Black who don't listen to no fucking body. Kodak just got out of jail and X was like one of the only people that Kodak would listen to. You feel me? So like, at the same time, like, they are trying to promote a positive message, but you have to understand that like they're just doing it in their own way.
I don't think they're trying to promote a positive message at all.
A lot of these young niggas do, bro.
I think they're very relatable to how fucked up our younger generations are these days, in rap or out of rap. You know what I mean? Not even talking about hip hop culture, just people in general. You know, our younger generations are fucked up, and they can relate. You know what I mean? That's why these young kids listen to them, because they can relate, because they're all, you know, getting blazed up and fucking popping pills all day and doing stupid shit. But at the end of the day, is that the message that you want to put out? Because someday you're gonna have kids, and like, you know what I mean, you're gonna regret that shit. You don't want to put that shit out there.
That's why it's so important to be diverse, bro.
It's so hard for me to. Sometimes I want to tune in and I want to listen, and sometimes I hear a vibey track and I want to really like vibe out to it. You know what I mean? Like, I fuck with it. I like the sound of it, but as soon as I hear what they're saying, I'm like, I can't fuck with this. I can't get behind it.
Let me give you an example. The Chirac movement, when it first started, it was glorifying. It wasn't necessarily glorifying the streets, but like it was talking about shit. And from an outside perspective, you could say that they were glorifying it. And let me just run with this for a minute. They were talking about killing niggas, catching ops, smoking on this nigga and that nigga, all this other shit. And from an outside perspective, people were like, "Oh, that's violent. They're glorifying violence." Da 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 da. But before you even say anything, that's what they were really living, bro. That's Chicago culture. Chicago gang culture is for a nigga to go down the street, shoot a nigga, roll up some weed, and then be like, "Oh, we smoking on the nigga that we just killed." You feel me? But
don't you think it's smart to rise above it?
And this is where I'm getting to. People like G Herbo, people like Lil Bibby, people like Chief Keef, people like Juice WRLD, people like fucking King Louis, people like Common, people like Kanye West, all grew up around this environment and rose from it. Talk about the shit in, I guess, a kind of sensationalized manner, but they talk about it in a sensationalized manner because these young niggas only understand it from a sensationalized manner. You feel me? You can't.
I want to throw a scenario at you, like, or just prove a point. So, my response to what you're saying right now is, who were we just listening to? Who was I listening to on the way in?
Marshall Mathers, Eminem. Right?
No, we weren't. Who was I listening to?
Bro, I really
you don't remember who we were listening to? We were listening to The Game, right?
And The Game talks about a lot of gang culture still being 40 years old.
Right. So
that's pretty fucking immature.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. No, because he's a product of his environment. So I get that. I understand. We all know. We're not arguing if they're a product of their environment or not. We get what that means. We get why they do it, because that's all you see. That's all you know. Like, you're going to do what you see around you. You know what I mean? If you're not taught certain things or you don't see certain things growing up, you're not going to do them. You're not going to do them. We do things because of what we saw, right? On our come up. But The Game doesn't promote that, though. He makes music. He makes money off of that. He found that because he blends into that, because he doesn't have to use a persona to fake and act different. That's who he is. People. That's who he is. But at the same time,
and there's videos on YouTube.
But there's videos where he's always promoting some positive shit, saying, "I don't want." Yes, that's exactly what my point, and that's one of the reasons I had so much respect for Pac, right? Because they would go around and they would act wild, because that's who they were, but they would tell kids, don't do this. And these younger kids are doing it, and they're telling kids to fucking do it. And I don't like that, bro. I don't like that.
Name one artist
Not only are they saying it, but in their songs, they're fucking making it sound cool to do that.
Hold on.
Right?
Name one artist in this, and name one new artist
we talked about this last week. We talked about how Kendrick, he's a good kid from a mad city, right? He just had crazy shit, fucked up shit happen around him. He was in some shitty circumstances, right? But the way he makes it sound like, all right, cool. Like, he paints a perfect picture and makes you think, I don't want to be in that shit. I don't want to be a part of that shit.
What I'm telling you is to name me one new artist right now that's going on Instagram and telling people.
Bro, I can't. You know why I can't? Because as soon as I hear the shit come on and they start talking that dumb shit, I turn it off, bro. I can't get down with it. I can't get down with it. You're going to understand when in 5 to 10, 15 years, however long it takes, everybody grows at a different rate. You know what I mean? Mentally and spiritually and all that shit. But you're going to realize what's around you and how it's bringing down the world, man.
You sound a bit biased to me.
Nah, because the the drug epidemic is bigger than you think, bro. It's really like they're flooding the streets with drugs and people are getting fucked up.
Man.
It's fucking families up,
bro. A lot
bro.
of the artists that I listen to,
These people suffer this problem their whole lives, bro.
A lot of these new artists that I listen to are not only just talking about drugs, though. A lot of them are talking about how they feel on the inside, bro. Like Lil Peep, he talked about drugs all the time because he was suffering from depression. He didn't know how to tell someone, I need help. You feel me? He would just make songs about it, and he overdosed and died. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying.
And like I said, from an outside perspective, you could see that as glorifying, but like Peep is just rapping you his reality. He's just rapping his reality,
and that's fine. But
it's not an artist's fault that someone's so weak-minded to listen to a song and then be like, because
what was he preaching though, Lil Peep? Because I seen a lot of these motherfuckers.
He wasn't preaching anything. I'm going to give you a
perfect example because I don't know a lot of these cats. But what was that young white dude that was like in the video like a couple years ago? He's in a video. He had like guns and shit. Little white dude, and everybody's saying it's like he looked like Slim Jesus.
He is the exact definition of glorifying something because he doesn't live that life.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the shit I hate. A lot of those dudes do that.
Future.
You know what I mean? That little
Future
dude
don't do no drugs, bro.
Yo,
and he
all I know,
yeah.
that cat is from the suburbs, right? Not that the suburbs can't make you hard or whatever, but I'm just saying that dude was growing up in a real sweet, nice little life, and he just happened to know some dudes and went to the hood, shot a video in the trap with some trap dudes or maybe not, whatever, but they had guns in the video and shit. As soon as I saw it, I read right through it, and I'm like, this dude is not hard, bro.
He even went on the interview and said, I rap about that shit because it's something that I like to rap about.
It's something
he don't
like
that
to
life.
rap about.
But that's the thing,
this
bro.
Is the problem, bro. And you see, and who do you think, why the fuck do you think he's doing that? Who do you think he's fucking learning that shit from? We have all these little dumbasses out here because, yes, it is his own fault. Everything you do is your fault, but who do you think, that's what I'm saying, don't, You can manifest shit. You put shit out into the world, and it comes back full circle. All the other people that put that music out, he's now being influenced by that. That little dumb-ass kid that doesn't know shit is being influenced by that.
All I'm saying is not 150
Kids' minds work differently than adults.
Not 150 Cent song when I started listening. I started listening to Fifth when I was 9, bro. Not 150 Cent song made me want to go out and shoot somebody. I wanted to go out and shoot somebody because I got a gun put in my lap. I wanted to go out and shoot somebody because I got bullied when I was a kid. I wanted to go out and shoot somebody not because of the music I was listening to, but because of what I was going through in my real fucking life.
Well, I can relate, and that's exactly why I started listening to Eminem as a kid. I was 10 years old listening to him because I had a lot of aggression built up.
Eminem glorifies drug use. If we're talking about if we're speaking from your logic,
but he healed me though. He didn't make me want to go hurt people. He made me feel better because someone else was going through it, right? And I had a lot of built-up aggression inside of me as a child, so I had to find a way to cope. So instead of doing drugs, I listened. That was my drug. I listened to him.
So to a certain degree, you have to admit that people who listening to these people who are...
But they're still doing drugs. They're still doing drugs. I didn't listen to Eminem and want to do drugs or start doing drugs because of it.
Okay,
he actually helped
but
me cope with the problem.
That's the fault of the weak-minded person. That's the fault of addiction. You feel me?
I saw people around me doing drugs, and I saw how they were getting fucked up, and I said, I can't do this. Like, I see where they're headed, and I can't do it.
I listen to so many niggas who rap about doing drugs, and they don't make me want to go do drugs. My addiction with heroin makes me want to go do drugs. When I listen to these niggas and I hear them talk about the drugs that they want to do and the drugs that they've done and the drugs that they're doing currently, I can relate to it. I don't necessarily see it as glorifying. That's what they're rapping about because that's their real life. And 9 times out of 10, bro, when people listen to these motherfuckers, they're already in their own active drug use.
If you've seen all your OGs growing up and everybody around you, your uncles, like anybody around you at all,
my OG sold coke. I never touched a bird in my life.
If you've seen all your people getting money, right, and that's all you saw, you didn't see drugs, you didn't see anything else, you just saw them getting money, what would you want to do?
I want to go get some money.
You would naturally just go start making money and just start hustling,
that's
right?
That's not because of music.
If you see them talking, all right, now if you take that same scenario, you change it up a little bit, and now you're sitting around a table, you never saw money, but they're just always talking about money. You're just going to want money because they're talking about it. And that's the problem I have with these guys talking about drugs on the tracks all the time, because now they're just, like I told you last week, I think, I'm part of a big family. I have little cousins and shit. Like, I got to worry about all these people out here. Like, I got to worry about them doing drugs and shit. Like, no, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. I want to take one of these little rappers and smack the shit out of them because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. But at the same time, they need help. They need mentors. They need people. They need leaders, bro. So that's why we are responsible, as in the hip-hop culture, the older dudes are responsible for preaching a positive thing to show these guys that's not okay.
I don't disagree with you, but you also have to take in the effect that parents need to fucking watch their kids and watch
Definitely, yeah. You can't, don't bring a kid into this world if you're not fit to raise a kid in this fucked up world and this fucked up society.
A lot of these young niggas who make this music about drugs or glorifying guns or... You can't view it as glorifying because that's what they're actually living. It is not the artist's fault that someone goes out and listens to a song and is so weak-minded to think that, oh, since they do it, I'm gonna go do it. Monkey See, Monkey Do is the fault of a weak-minded person.
Absolutely.
Monkey See, Monkey Do is the fault of a weak-minded person. It is that person's fault, 100%. Or the crab in the bucket.
But do you want to add to that though?
No, of course not. And
I don't ever want to be part. I want to separate myself from adding to the problem. I want to be part of the solution, not the problem.
You have to understand that these young niggas are out here telling people like, yo, you do not want to do what I have done. There's not one new rapper that's out on Instagram popping pills and telling people to do. No new rapper has done that since Peep died, bro.
Well, then that's if that's true what you're saying, that's how bad their music makes me think. That's who they are. That's the image that they create. I look at them like that's what they're portraying out here. Because that's literally that's what I hear when I listen to a song for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I'm like, these guys don't get it, man. They don't get it. They're fucking up their own culture. They talk about, so they want the respect from their streets, right? They're bringing their streets down, bro.
Already got
They're bringing their streets down. They're fucking making it worse. How could you do that? How could you want respect from the very thing you're destroying?
Bro, they're young.
That doesn't even make sense.
Bro, they're young and stupid.
That's arrogant. Ignorant.
Not one nigga that we look up to has initially started trying to fix their environment except for Kendrick, bro. Not one of them.
Check this out.
When J. Cole first came out, was he not wearing Versace shirts?
Right? So, people in poverty, what type of people would you say are mostly in poverty?
Black people.
Black people, right? I'm white. I guarantee you I do more for the black culture when I make it, and white culture, but more for the people in poverty that need it than a lot of these other guys. I guarantee it. Isn't that fucked up?
This is where I'll agree with you.
Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah. This is where I'll agree with you. These young niggas are young and selfish and stupid, but you can't. The way that
I just want to help people. I want to see the world become a better place.
And I'm not saying I don't either. I'm saying that these young niggas want the same thing, but you have to let them learn, bro. Because when I was their age, I didn't give a fuck about anybody's word. I didn't give a fuck about what you was trying to tell me.
I was the same way. No, listen, I get you. No, listen.
You gotta give these young niggas some
shit
leeway.
when I was a kid. I didn't want to listen. But my thing is like, it's like doesn't this give you, like, for me, it gives me fucking anxiety, bro, because like we live in this world. We're destroying the world we're in. We live in it.
I promise you.
If I could get out of here, I wouldn't be as worried about it, because I would be like, you guys can deal with your problems over here, whatever. It won't affect me, but we live in this world. And I believe everything is a chain reaction. So it's like, you could do one thing to one person, right? Never see that person again, but that chain reaction will come back to you. Do you not agree with that?
I agree with that.
Good karma, bad karma, and just things come in full circle. I'm a strong believer in that shit.
And this is where I'll end this note. This is where I'll end this whole topic. If we're gonna talk about rappers being bad influences or glorifying stuff, we also have to talk about presidents and politicians and pharmaceutical companies.
Absolutely.
And we also have to talk
about. It doesn't stop with hip hop.
We also have to talk about TV shows. We also have to talk about.
There's a lot because that's the thing I hate with like the white politicians, right? Some black, but I've actually, it's funny, I'm gonna stop myself because
Barack Obama compared Lil Wayne to a goat. Like, he made Lil Wayne like a comparison that you can never reach. And Lil Wayne, if you look from an outside perspective, all he does is drugs and rap impressively.
Right.
But Barack Obama said something good about Lil Wayne.
He said, but Barack Obama is a very big. He's for the culture, bro. Yeah. He bigs up hip hop a lot. My thing is, what I was saying was, there's a lot of black, but there's a lot of white politicians that don't know a goddamn thing about hip hop, right? And they act like it's just hip hop solely responsible for bringing our people down and our younger
When
generations.
Columbine happened, they didn't blame not one rapper.
It's not. It has nothing to do with hip hop. It's everything, bro.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
everything around us, and the people making hip hop music might even be influenced by other shit. But we do have a responsibility,
Bro,
right?
Lil Uzi looks up to Marilyn
You
Manson.
can say some shit on a track, but like you
A lot
can
of
have
these
fun. It's freedom of speech. But when you're off of that, you gotta support your people, and you gotta pick them up, and you can't be a bad person.
No,
you
you
can't be a
can't.
bad person out
That's
here. I'm
why
not going to respect you.
that's why
If you're
I
a
al-
bad person. If you can make the greatest music in the world, but if you're a bad person, you're a piece of shit.
That's why I only listen to these little niggas' music. People like Trippie Redd, bro. I don't fucks with him as a person because like
Is he a bad person?
I'm not going to necessarily say he's a bad person. I'm sure he make his
There's
niggas.
only so much we could say because we don't know them.
I'm sure he feed his niggas, but I've heard too many bad things about him in the public. He just got arrested for pistol whipping a girl. Fucking that bitch.
I can't get behind that.
If Daniel Berjoli, the Catch Me Outside bitch, can say that Trippie Redd is not a nice person, then I think we need to back that, bro.
I really think that I can't believe that she's all up in our talks and conversations all the time now.
It's because she's actually not stupid.
She's in this shit. She's actually really smart. I'm going to tell you why. The reason she blew up was off a fucking show
yeah.
on some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And she fucking
And now
snapped on that show,
now she
bro.
doing interviews with no jumper and
Bro. She's smart. She's smart. I want her on my team, bro. She's smart, bro.
Facts.
She's a straight up entrepreneurial mind. I love it.
So next topic, we're gonna get into our mental health topic. One thing that really, really irks the shit out of me and Nick and a lot of people that I know that suffer from mental health is when people compare their problems to another person's problem. Like if someone posts on Facebook, like I'm not feeling good today or I'm feeling suicidal, another motherfucker will comment and be like, "Oh, there are people in Africa who are starving. You don't
shut
deserve
the
to be
fuck up. I
suicidal."
hate that shit, bro. I
It makes me
hate
mad.
that shit.
Like depression and anxiety and all that. It's not a first
Everybody
world
thinks
problem.
they can relate to you personally, or they've been through worse. It's always like everybody's trying to compete and shit. Like
Maybe physically you have been through worse because I'm not no starving African. I'm not hunting shit and pelts and shit like that. You feel me? I live in a pretty alright society. As far as society goes, America has its fucking problems. We have our poverty issues. We have our homeless issues. But at the same time,
Well, why do we always? I feel like this is what you're trying to say. Why do we always have to fucking shift the attention to something else that deserves more attention because they've been through worse when we're talking about our problems? When I talk about my problems, I don't want to talk about anything else.
And it's not a selfish
I don't want
thing,
you
bro.
comparing it or competing with me or any of that
Exactly.
shit. Like I brought up my problems. We're gonna talk about that. Like shut the fuck up.
Bro, I feel just as bad for starving children and homeless people as much as I feel bad for myself. But right now, if I'm telling you I want to hurt myself or if I feel suicidal or I want to hurt someone else, you should take that seriously.
Right.
You feel me?
Nobody's trying to hear any other shit.
Before I become another fucking statistic to these fucking pharmaceutical companies or to the jail or to the fucking what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like the fucking mental facilities and shit like that, like an
Facts.
insane asylum.
Facts.
You feel me? Like mental health is not a first world problem. It is a third world and all world problem. Rich people suffer from mental health issues. Poor people suffer from mental health issues. Starving people suffer from mental health issues. Homeless people, presidents, politicians, engineers. Anybody can suffer from mental health, my nigga. Any fucking body. And it's worse when you add on things like poverty. It's worse when you add on...
I was just gonna say, you just took it out of my mouth. The people in the third world countries that are facing all that. You don't think they're stressed out?
Bro,
and shit?
imagine being
They're in
bipolar.
fucking survival mode their whole life.
Bro, imagine being bipolar and then having to carry a jug of water 6 miles back to your home.
Right.
On your head.
And then all the other weird culture shit that they do, like walking on coals and doing weird. You know what I mean? Like
that
these
shit is
people
like
really
spiritual.
are. Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
It's ridiculous.
There's some
But,
weird
like,
shit.
Bro, in the
people
slums
do.
of Brazil, bro, there's 12-year-olds with AK-47s. Imagine that.
That's what I'm saying,
That's
bro.
mentally fucking ill.
That will, yeah.
That's
not
mentally
okay.
fucking-
That
people-
person's fucked. They're never gonna be able to just walk in a room and just feel fine.
A lot of those motherfuckers have
if
PTSD,
you're holding
bro.
a fucking AK at
12
the
years
age
old.
of 10, no, sometimes 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're holding an AK and you know how the shit works and you shoot it at people, you're never just going to be a normal person.
Exactly.
You're not
bro.
going to be okay.
Exactly. and that's happening in
like-
Brazil.
okay.
The African guerrilla squads that kidnap people from their villages and train these young niggas to be killers of their own people. That's not only that's Munchausen syndrome. That's fucking what's the Stockholm syndrome. That's PTSD. That's fucking multiple personality disorder. That's so many different.
Pablo
mental disorders.
Escobar had plenty of times where he could have stopped his drug organization. Plenty of times where he could have just
And-
got out of it and,
yeah.
and went into something
And not
more
have
legal,
lost his
right?
money at all.
And not have lost or died or any of that shit. But he didn't, because that's all he knew. He was fucked up in the head because he grew up just with that mentality, that mindset, like survival mode. We gotta hustle these drugs and do what we do. You know what I
Let me
mean?
tell you, bro. Whenever I listen to a Kendrick song off of Good Kid, Mad City, I can hear how mentally ill he is, bro. Kendrick is
You
not.
can hear he really is a good kid from a mad city.
He's not
fucked
okay
up.
in the fucking head,
He's
bro.
not.
Like
He's not.
I feel like if Kendrick didn't make music, he would have killed himself or somebody else. He makes me really think that he's mentally unstable.
What you just said, maybe I'm never gonna remember it. We gotta maybe bring this shit back up next week. But there's a verse that he has.
if I
where
told
he
you
said,
I killed a nigga at 16, would you believe me?
well, stuff like that. No, there's another verse where he snaps and he's basically like, he basically said what you just said. Like, if it hadn't been for this, like, I would have fucking went nuts.
Exactly.
Like,
bro, like there's so
Yep.
many things about being mentally ill that you can't chalk it up to being you can't chalk it up to just your environment, bro. Like, you can't be like, oh, other people have it worse than you because of their economic, fucked up, like their fucked up economics, or like people have it better than you because they're richer than you. Because, bro, Amanda Bynes, last time I checked, was rich as fuck, and she has schizophrenia.
yeah, no, I don't want to hear it. Listen, money doesn't make you nor change you. Like, I don't give a fuck. You're still the same person. So if you battle shit within like inside, like if you have mental health issues, mental disorders, you're always going to have them. You know what I mean? Money can help the situation, maybe knock some stress off out of your life, like whatever, but there's a lot of people. Why do you think a lot of people that are millionaires kill themselves?
Why do you think Demi Lovato?
They feel so lonely, bro.
Why do you think Demi
People
Lovato?
think they have the greatest lives in the world. They don't.
Facts.
They don't.
Why do you think Demi Lovato didn't get help from actual professionals for such a long time, bro? Because it has nothing to do with the money that you have or the.
She was probably scared of who she already, the power that she already held. Like, she was probably scared of who she was, and she didn't want anybody speaking on her name. You know,
Let me give
she
you
didn't know
this
how to get
scenario.
help.
Let me give you this scenario, because this is what you and I want as a profession, to help people, like, and to feed our families. You have all of these A&Rs in your face, all of these yes men in your face, all of these managers in your face, telling you that you need to act this way, telling you that you need to avoid this and hang out with this person and do all this and act and avoid this question and all this other like just crazy dynamic shit that goes in with you being famous, and telling you that you have to act a certain way, and then in your whole day you're thinking, God damn, I just want to bump some heroin. God damn, I wish this bitch would get out of my face.
And not only that, but what you just said made me think of something. You adopt a certain mentality where you have people around you just telling you what to do all day, right?
Because you can't keep track of it.
Right, you can't keep track of it. You got so much going on at once. You literally would lose your mind. Like, you have to have people manage all these different situations.
You have to have
so they're
people
telling
talk
you
for
what to
you.
do.
Yeah.
So you almost don't have a mind of your own
You
in a
disconnect
sense
yourself.
anymore. You
Yeah.
disconnect. Right, exactly. Great way to put it. You're not connected. You're not connected. So
oh my
you're
God.
not. You never heard of the connection. You're not connected, and you basically disconnect. You adopt a mentality where people are thinking for you. So then, as soon as someone tells you, "Hey, do these drugs," what do? You do the drugs. You're
Supermodels
influenced, and you're
even,
going to
bro.
do it. Right.
Bro,
And that's
how many,
fucked up.
How many supermodels suffer from anorexia or suffer from drug addiction?
So many.
Because so many different models or so many different magazines are telling them you need to be skinny. You feel me? Or if you don't go to this party and do coke with this celebrity, then you're not considered cool. We don't want you in our circle, so we're gonna fuck up your career in black.
Apparently, I just offended someone the other day. I think you were there when I said some shit I said on my Snapchat. So I was in the gym. I was in the gym. I'm bringing it up. Fuck it. I
You
was
need
in
to
the gym,
apologize, bro.
and I'm feeling like a beast. You know what I mean? Throwing around some weights and just having a really good workout. And I just saw an opportunity. I looked behind me. I put up my camera. I saw behind me there were a bunch of men, and I didn't see any women. And my gym is usually full of women. There's women everywhere. There's like women bodybuilders and all kinds of shit. So I saw a bunch of men. So I tried to make a joke. I took a picture of myself and I said, men in here grinding and women at home taking diet pills. So this chick hit me up.
That shit is funny.
Right? It is funny. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke, right? I'm not sexist or anything. I don't have anything against women. It was literally just a joke. So this chick hit me up on some, that's disgusting what you said. I can't believe it. Like, that's so sexist. Like, you have a following. You have people. You shouldn't even be saying shit like this publicly, let alone thinking it. And I'm just like, whoa. Like, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Like, it was a joke. That's all it was intended for. Like, do you think that's sexist that I said that?
No.
Can we talk about that?
Hold on. Someone just tried to attack me on Facebook just now. That's just crazy, right? But anyway, fucking nah, bro. I think it was a sexist joke, but the end part of that statement is joke.
Do you honestly, like me saying that, do you honestly think those were my intentions to be sexist?
I know you're not a fucking sexist. So
I love women.
Yeah, you feel me? I know you're not a sexist.
What?
I know you want women to have equal rights and shit like
yeah,
that.
Bro.
So like when you told me about it, I thought it was fucking
She was
hilarious.
like really offended. A lot of people were hitting me up like with the
Were they more offended? Were
laughing
they
out
just
loud
as offended?
emoji and
Or was she the only one that was offended?
I just honestly, a lot of women that I think handled it well, they basically responded to me with a picture of themselves saying, "No, I'm not taking diet pills. I'm working out." You know what I mean? Like, showing me proof. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I wasn't even necessarily talking to them or calling them out,
or
saying
even
they're not
looking
working
for
hard.
proof, yeah.
Right? I wasn't looking for that. I wasn't saying
You were
every
just making a
woman's
joke
at home
because you were
taking diet
ironically
pills. I was
behind
making
big buff
making a
niggas.
joke. I was making a joke. I saw all dudes. There was literally 15 minutes before that, which I didn't even bring up, but 15 minutes before that, there was a woman bodybuilder that goes to my gym. She's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
She'll beast the shit out of any dude in there, bro. She's a beast. Like, she probably benches like 4 something. She's fucking crazy, bro. Right? And she wasn't there. Like, she was behind me like the whole time working on something. She was doing like deadlifts or something behind me, screaming the whole time. And she wasn't there when I looked up to take the picture. So I was like, all right, female's really at home taking diet pills, but I know she's not.
Yeah.
She's very much a female, and she's beasting everybody in there. So I know women are working hard. You don't even have to be a bodybuilder. I know a lot of women that actually get it in, like every day. They go to the gym and they really grind hard, and they look great.
Yeah,
you know
I watch
mean?
a lot of girls on Instagram who are really in the gym working on their body and really like going crazy about it too. Like just as crazy.
I don't think women just take diet pills. It was strictly a joke. That was it.
Was like,
so,
bro, there's so many...
if that chick that hit me up, if she's listening right now, that's all it was intended for. And honestly, like, a lot of people are uptight. I do have a problem with that. I have a problem with a lot of people, that hit me up on some uptight shit. Like, just let shit go. You know what I mean? Like, let shit go. That's not okay.
I think Shorty hit you up because she was bitter about something. To be honest,
we're not gonna talk about that.
I think Shorty was feeling a little bit salty about something. But shout out to you though, because you just make us greater, Shorty. And shout out to the women who are in the gym. You feel me? Busting their ass. Shout out to the women who in the work field busting their ass for an equal wage. Shout out to the women who even in the kitchen busting their ass for their men or just cooking
and for all and to even up the playing field for all the men at home taking diet pills, not touching weights, you bitch ass motherfucker.
Yo, man, listen, bro. My girl, she's smarter than me on certain subjects. You feel me? There's certain shit I learned from my bitch, and like she don't get offended when I call her my bitch neither, because she know what it means. And secondly, I remember, bro, when I was
you got to come up with an acronym for bitch that means something.
Yeah,
like
something positive.
Good. Something positive.
But fucking, me and her, we decided to slap box one day. And Shorty took it way too seriously. She hit me in my freaking ribs, bro. And that shit hurt for real. You feel me? I'm a fragile nigga. So like so I'm only like 125 soaking wet. So like when she hit me, I was like, damn, you hit like a little 15-year-old boy. And I'm like, that shit hurt, bitch. But like I think Shorty probably just took it too seriously, like with your joking shit. Because
most definitely.
I understand that certain women, like feminism and like equality is a very touchy subject for certain people, and certain people will like,
The reason I didn't attack her I didn't attack her at all, and I apologize immediately, is because I'm empathetic towards the fact that other people can go through shit.
Yeah, if you get offended,
that
I'm not
may have
gonna-
offended her for a reason, like that happened in her life, or you know what I mean. Like, who knows what it was? I didn't want to like bring her, assassinate her character, bring her down, make her feel like shit. You know, tread her, run her through the water. I didn't want to do any of that. So I simply just apologized right away. But there were also people hitting me up saying, "Why are you fucking apologizing towards this girl right now? Like, why are you doing that? Like, don't fucking apologize." Like, that's some sucker shit.
It's
Like,
not-
I literally had, as soon as I put that video up and I took the other one down, I had people, like, asking me, like, why would you do that?
It's not some sucker shit to care
I
about
just have
somebody else's
No,
feelings.
I have a heart, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make people feel like shit. I know a lot of people that are fucked up, and that's part of the reason why, you know, we wanted to start this this radio show, because I know a lot of people that are fucked up, and I wanted to start this to help them. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to make her feel like shit, but you know what I mean? There's definitely there's a fine line in between that, and that was just a joke. So we're gonna wrap that up.
Man, listen, bro. That's
You got anything else you want to say about the
what about that whole
false
joke?
comparisons to other people's lives?
No, I think we should actually keep going on this subject because the shit makes me mad. Like, I remember, bro, like, when I was young as fuck, people used to, like, say I was an attention whore on Facebook or some shit because I would, like, make statuses about how depressed I was or how much I didn't want to be alive. And, like, you got to understand, nigga, I'm a millennial. You feel me? Like, for a big part, all I really know is social media as an outlet. You feel me? So, like, how can you be mad or call me an attention whore for asking for help? Like,
See, I didn't have any social media until 2015.
no
Nothing.
fucking way.
Nothing. I swear to God. Nothing.
For real?
And honestly, if it wasn't for certain people in my life, I probably wouldn't. Still to this day,
You late as shit.
I hated it. No, I hated it because and I can honestly say,
You didn't have one social
not
media
one,
outlet.
not one. And before I had mind you, back in the day, I had like, you know, MySpace and all that shit. But after MySpace, bro, I had nothing. I never wanted it. I thought it was corny, and as soon as I got it, I quickly realized why I didn't have it. But I have to do it now. I have to, you know, because that's the advantage that I'm not going to let these other artists and these other, radio show hosts and these other businessmen out here have an advantage over me in 2018, and they're out there promoting and marketing and all this shit online, and I'm not. So I have to do it. I have to compete with, you know, my competition. But I still don't like it. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be on social media because it changes your viewpoint towards life. It takes a lot of time out of your life. It's a bunch of bullshit, bro. You know, I felt like I was living before I had it. And now I feel it's almost as if I'm living for social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want to
feel
do
what
that
you're
shit.
saying.
I want to go back to living my life.
I feel
But
what
now
you're saying.
I had like I remember a few. I think it was like a couple of my cousins. They're like, "Yeah, you should get a Facebook." I got a Facebook, and then next thing you know, I know my cousins hit me up. You should get an Instagram, and she ended up. I think it was on a holiday. Like we were sitting down with a bunch of family, and she's like, "I'm gonna make you an Instagram right now." So like, and then you know, I got the Snapchat and all that shit.
Well,
So
my thing is that like people just used to like bullying people on the internet for like half of me feels like that like internet bullying isn't really real because you can just log out. But the other half,
internet gangsters are so corny, bro.
so corny.
So corny.
But like the other half is like
It's funny how
Damn.
you're never anywhere to be found, but you're saying the craziest shit.
word. Because if I ask you for your address, you're not going to drop that shit.
Right.
Like, but at the same time, like certain people are really affected by that shit, and other people will look at that shit and be like, "Oh, that person killed himself because of Facebook," and like, you have to understand, bro. Like, people have different mentalities and react differently to everything. Of course, like you can log out and shit,
And
but,
that's
like,
a real thing. People can actually
Yeah.
kill themselves due to Facebook.
Sometimes that shit leaks into school. You feel me? Sometimes that shit leaks into people's like actual real life. Like, there's been documentaries, movies, fucking real life situations. There's been people who tried to call me out on some shit from social media in real life, and I'm like, bro, like, I'm not gonna discuss something that happened 3 days ago on Facebook when we're in real life right now. You feel me? Like, this shit is retarded, and like, it's things like social media. It's things like fucking actual physical and mental and verbal abuse and bullying that make people feel like garbage, bro. And it's not fucking cool.
And that's exactly. We got to make sure people, feel okay out here. Like people can't be all fucked up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Or else, like, what else is all this shit for? You feel me? Like
exactly.
All right, we're gonna get into our next topic though, and our next topic is spitballing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had no idea what I was supposed to come up with for this topic. So, like, what do you feel about like Meek's progression as an artist?
Meek's progression as an artist?
I feel like he's kind of weak lyrically now. I feel like he kind of talks about the same shit.
I don't think he's weak lyrically. So I'm going to answer this in two ways. I'm going to answer this in one way where I'm so proud of Meek, not only because I'm proud of his I know his whole story and I'm proud of him, because I've watched him grow from day one, but two, I'm proud of him also because, I'm from, this is my home city. I'm from Jersey originally, and, Philly's my city. So I'm proud to see him grow into the artist that he is and put on for our city. You know what I mean? So obviously, naturally, you want to show love to anybody that makes it out of your city. It's the only right thing to do. But I just love Meek's story, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to answer this in a way where, like, I'm not from Philly. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to answer it that way. And how do I feel about Meek's progression? I feel like I've listened to every Meek mixtape growing up, and he progressed like crazy on his mixtapes. And he just made bangers, bro. He made one banger after the next. He just started. What were some of the first bangers you ever heard Meek come out with?
Are we talking about like commercial Meek, or are we talking like
just bangers, bro?
Meek?
Like we're talking mixtapes right now.
Rose Red and my diamonds.
Before
blue,
that.
That's like really like my era of Meek.
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm talking about like In My Bag and like before that, like that was like the first like banger I heard. You know what I mean?
Flamers 2?
I'm in my bag. You don't remember that?
No, bro.
I'm in my bag.
I used to be on Joey Jihad more than Meek.
Joey Jihad, $3, yeah. Yeah, Meek definitely progressed on his mixtapes, and me personally, I love the Flamers series. If we're talking like him as a well-rounded artist before he blew, I like the Flamers. I like Flamers 1, 2, and 3. I like Flamers 2.5 actually is dope as well, and also Mr. Philadelphia is Flames too. There were a lot of other mixtapes. I'm probably forgetting,
his
but
commercial shit was crazy though when he first came.
Yeah,
out.
when he first came out,
Burn, my nigga.
Yeah.
Flexing on that nigga. What else?
Yeah.
Fucking the shit that he has with like MMG and shit, like Pandemonium is crazy.
Yes, now that
Please Believe It is
that's
nuts.
the Meek. All right, so the Meek that I love is when he first got signed to MMG. Like first of all, I'm a big T.I. fan. I love when he was signed to T.I., but
he murdered some Grand Hustle shit. Yeah,
he did, and
he was coming crazy.
Like Ain't I and shit. Like he went off on some shit. And I really was fucking with that, like him on Grand Hustle, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. T.I. had to serve his time and shit, and it wasn't right for him to wait around. So they felt like the right move would be for him to go with Ross on MMG, and I was a little upset that he left Grand Hustle, but I fucked with the music that they were coming out with. Like him, Wale, and
such a great platform.
Yeah, bro. Meek, Wale, and Ross were really tearing it up on the first MMG. What were they? Mixtapes or albums? They were albums, right?
They were albums.
Yeah.
Bro. And they actually have plaques too.
Yeah, bro. That shit went hard.
Like,
whew. And then there was a time where I wasn't following Meek as much. I guess he wasn't as consistent or something, or I was on some other shit. I was listening to some other shit, different styles of music. Trying to grow as an artist myself, of course.
I honestly stopped giving a fuck about Meek.
We as artists, we got to continuously, look to, we got to look for growth and inspiration ourselves. And, he wasn't, he got to a point where I wouldn't say it's that he wasn't doing it for me, but like his style completely changed from the Meek I fell in love with on the mixtapes. And that's always hard to deal with when you love an artist. You know what I mean? When they really change. And I didn't hate him, but I just didn't check for him as much. But then he started like coming back out, and I think he lit another flame. You know what I mean? And I think he got the streets popping again. So
I just want him to evolve as an artist.
Nah, I think he recently, I think that this whole sentence thing and dealing with all that bullshit, you know, getting clean off the pills and all that.
Opiates and shit.
Yeah, with the drug addiction, I think that really woke him up, and it almost birthed a newfound inspiration in him. You know, he's very motivated. I see that he's very conscious of his lyrics right now. Like he's on some conscious shit. He's not just trying to make trap bangers. He's really out here like saying some lyrical shit right now.
The thing is, bro, I know Meek,
and that's why I love Meek's latest music is dope.
I know he can actually
Really
be
dope.
lyrical, like to a technical standpoint.
He absolutely can.
And I just want to hear that all the time from him.
Meek's a battle rapper.
I think
that's
Meek
where
has,
he came from.
I think Meek has such potential to be up there with the Jay-Z's and up there with the Nas's and up there with the Eminems and up there with the J. Cole's and Kendricks and fucking Black Thoughts and even fucking King Los's and shit like that, bro. But my whole thing is, my problem with Meek is the same problem I have with Cole, is that like he doesn't try hard. He's not showing us his full potential for some reason, and like it pisses me off.
I wouldn't say he's not showing
Because
his full potential.
Meek publicly makes me not want to check for him. The shit that he says,
This out though.
like
He's signed to arguably one of the biggest genres in, or not genres, labels in the game right now.
new
right?
generation genres, yeah.
MMG is big, and he's also, and that's a subgenre of like Rock Nation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain rules that have to apply, especially when it comes to being signed to like Jay-Z. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like you better make like shit that's gonna hit the charts. Like you're not gonna be signed to Jay-Z and be fucking around on some super duper underground lyrical shit.
But
like it's not
Vic
gonna fly.
Mensa signed to Jay-Z though.
But Autobiography wasn't super duper underground lyrical shit. He had some commercial shit on there.
The album
It's
was
very well rounded. Vic Mensa's album was very well rounded, and that's a perfect example. So like with that said, yeah, can Meek tap into that street side a little more? Yes, but I think that his commercial success, he's done it well, and when you don't fix something that's not broken. Like he's successfully done his thing, so I think he's going to continue to keep that same thing going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
North, you got something to say?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I want to say what a lot of people don't really, understand about the game. And when it comes to Meek got commercial success, but he's a street artist.
He is a street artist.
And like before Meek got on, like Meek music, even though we loved it, it was something that it's our style. It was something that we were used to hearing.
Right.
But Meek was all over the place.
Right.
So once the labels get you and get a hold of you, they try to give you structure.
Right. They mold that into like that fine-tuned sound.
Right. Like, let's make a song. Let's slow you down. Let's let the people hear what you're saying. You're going to, for they can't you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, well, we was just used to it, but now you got to look at.
He used to just snap and never come up for air. Like he didn't take a breath.
Right. It was raw. Yeah,
Right.
but that's something that we was used to because he was an underground artist.
Right.
But it's like, all right, now I got you. Now let's take you somewhere else. Let's get you. Now they came out with like the Tupac back and
Right.
I'm a boss and all that. If you notice, it calmed him down.
Right.
It made him start really, really making the songs.
Right.
So once he started making these songs and stuff like that, and the bigger he got, he still remained that same artist, but was still able. That's why he able to say like, "I'm motivation." Yeah, I'm motivation for the gram and all, because he still want to be that same guy to where as though I'm still just like y'all. I'm just getting money and you can get money.
Right.
You can get money
And
too.
one thing I want to say, you just made me think of something. Another reason why I respect Meek so much, he's a motivational rapper, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He says some shit that makes
say
me.
a lot of the
he
same
says some
stuff.
shit that makes me want to just hustle and grind and like
Right.
get off my ass. Like you gotta love an artist like that. You know what I mean? Because like he's not talking about dumb shit, promoting whack shit. Like he's actually talking
Yeah.
about like get out there and get it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
And
I
that,
love artists like that.
that's the thing. Like when it comes to, and I tell everybody too, like your content. If you want to talk about a certain thing, put it in a way to where it's you can get money off of it. People understand.
People can relate.
People can relate to it. You know, like when he talk about the Rolexes and the Wraiths and all of that stuff, he also say, you know, like I said, like he say, this is motivation. Like I came from nothing.
And it's the way he says it. He doesn't say it in a cocky, arrogant way. Like, motherfucker, you could never have what I have type of way. He says, like, I hustle from the bottom and you could have it
shit
too.
on you if you fuck with him, bro.
Oh, no,
Meek
don't get me wrong.
Yeah. You gotta look, he still come from the street and he still came
He
from
deserves
nothing.
to be able to
feel
shit
like
on you.
I
He
feel like
earned
from
it.
a lyrical standpoint, he won that battle with Drake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was.
Can we all agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
We all agree on that?
Meek ate fucking
Yeah.
Drake a lot,
Bro,
bro.
he had that nigga for breakfast, dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only reason
spit Drake out.
Bro, the only
I love
reason,
Drake and his
the
bars, but Meek
only
tore him
reason-
up,
The
bro.
only reason that Drake won that beef is because commercial
Because of his status.
All he
His
said
commercial
was
success.
all he said was trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. That line was hard as fuck, and it was marketable. You getting bodied by a singing nigga.
No, you know why he won? And it was the
It's on a
same.
bigger platform.
The same thing that I said with the Remy and Nicki situation. It was the same situation. Like when Drake dissed him, Drake put out a record, he laid it, and instead of going to say flexing with a record, he put the shit out the way they were supposed to come out.
Right.
On
he put it
all
out
media
like an
platforms.
actual- right,
It was
like
a record.
single. Like a single.
Right. So that made now the radios, like all the stations get it. Everybody get it. All the DJs.
Did he put it out as a single because that's who Drake is. He's the numbers man.
Yeah.
We
But-
heard back to back on the radio.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. He put it out as a record.
and that's
It was
crazy.
nominated for a Grammy. It was a record.
No, it fucking wasn't.
Yeah,
Back to back.
was nominated for a Grammy.
History.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it got a lot of spins. It got a lot of attention.
And that's why he's out here winning.
But the thing about it was, I said the
He
same
had more
situation.
people in his corner. He was the favor.
That makes
That's
me
all.
so fucking
He just had a
sad.
But
bigger following. He was the
Gilly,
favor.
well, you know the Gilly
The
battle.
underdogs
and,
wanted Meek to win.
The Gilly battle and Lil Wayne when they was going.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gilly, oh my God, yo, Gilly bars, Gilly's everything that he put out against Wayne was so crazy. He just wasn't big enough to do
Right.
anything to him.
Oh, Gilly was saying some shit.
Oh, Gilly was saying some shit. Yeah,
I remember that.
And then he was saying
He
some
had
shit.
to have Wayne thinking like
He had you laughing.
like, yo, like this dude could get me. Like he
Yeah.
could get me right here.
If he was a
what I mean?
if he was a bigger artist, he would have fucked Wayne over.
Like we all knew who Gilly was, but like maybe
the world
way out
didn't
there
know.
didn't
The
know.
world
They
didn't know
who Gilly
Wayne
was.
was too big. It
was
looked
too
like he
big.
was just hating.
Yep, because of that Cash Money success, he was
Yeah,
too big.
yeah, it looked like he was
Yep.
just. It looked like Gilly was just a hater trying to get on.
Right. Yep.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And with Meek wasn't big enough to take down Drake. But I think it was
It's funny because everybody knows who Gilly is now.
yeah, everybody know who he is now.
You know what I mean? People on the West Coast, they know
Yeah,
who Gilly
yeah,
is.
yeah,
He gets
yeah.
respect.
Yeah, but I think Meek would have won if he would have took a different approach. Like first of all, with the joint he put out with all the little skits and stuff in there, and that's what I said. I'm a DJ. I can't play it. How am I going to
Right.
play this record?
Right. That's
I'm
what
from your city and I can't be in the club and play your diss record because you got too many skits and breakdowns in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he would have took a different approach, he would have had
You
it.
can't stop the party like that.
Yeah, you can't stop.
The
Yeah,
people want to party, man.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't feel like hearing skits.
Yeah.
Yeah, word.
The only
I'm not-
the only person that could actually do that is a Drake. You could literally stop the whole party on some slow Drake shit where he's talking.
Yeah.
Like everybody would still
But Drake
say it.
still even do it in a way to where you notice his records
does.
now. The breakdown in his records even still have people like, oh,
Right.
You know, even the breakdowns, he still got that feel.
Right.
Like I said, a different approach.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this is off the topic, but this is when I'm out and I hear like the part in the Kendrick song where it's like my left stroke just went viral. Like that shit gets me going nuts, bro.
Stupidest song.
Shit gets me going
That's
nuts.
the dumbest song Kendrick has ever made.
Nah,
in
it's
his
really
fucking
not
life.
because
It
it's
was
speaking to
commercial.
these kids,
It was
bro.
commercial.
It's
That
humble,
song-
bro.
that
He's
shit
telling these
good.
motherfuckers to get humble, stop being ignorant and arrogant, and wake the fuck
I
up.
hate that song, bro.
I love it. I love it.
It did good.
I hate that song so much.
Shout out to the real artists out there.
Shout out to Kendrick for making that song stupid as fuck.
Shout out to Kendrick for being one of the realest artists and trying to at least raise these dumb
Shout out to
motherfuckers.
Kendrick for making the Heart Part 4 knowing it was butt. Like,
Shout out to Kendrick for making all 4 the hearts, and they're all fucking fire.
the Heart Part 3 is the best one. Or Heart Part 2. Heart Part 2 went ham, bro.
Or part 1 through 4.
Or no. Dude, for one, the Heart Part 4, he literally just dissed Big Sean subliminally the whole time.
Nah.
Like, the Heart Part 3, he, like, spoke...
He
to-
fucks with Sean. He just needs to remind people like where, you know, why he is who he is. Why he's at the top and gets the most respect.
Yeah.
But what did you want to say? I feel like you wanted to say something. You got that look on your face like you're blabbing about someone that you like, but
I love Kendrick
you're just
Lamar.
trying to talk some shit and get controversial.
I love Kendrick Lamar. But the Heart Part 4 was weak. Humble was weak.
No, it wasn't weak.
It was.
It wasn't weak.
It was weak.
It was very simple and to the point, and it got his point across.
To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite Kendrick album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
you like
so-
the
it's-
funk and the
It's so fucking informative. It's so diverse.
you like the funk and the jazz sound of it.
It's not even the funk and the jazz, because you could put hard rock and the blues in that shit and make it fucking amazing. It's because it's experimental. It's because it's
Very
outside the
experimental.
box. Like, it's not... There's hardly any actual...
It sounds like he just sat with a jazz band and he was just telling a story, like a deep story. You know what I mean?
There's hardly any actual hip-hoppy sounding songs. It's just him rapping over melodies and compositions. It's not really...
It's very dope.
Yeah, like... And... what's the newest album? Damn, right? Damn is just like...
Damn was on a whole nother
So
commercial
wonderfully put
level,
together,
but
bro.
that shit is crazy.
It's so wonderfully put
It
together.
really is.
It's literally such a perfect album for what it is.
It speaks for itself.
There's not
It's called
one-
Damn.
There's not one
When I
bad
listened to it, I
song.
said, "Damn."
Bro,
You know what I mean?
that
Like,
album and Ed Sheeran's album were fire. Like, the best albums
Ed
to come out
Sheeran,
that year.
did you say?
Yes, bro. Ed Sheeran, low-key, is part of the rap community. That nigga can spit.
I
That
know
red-headed
he
Irishman
is, but
can
I've
rap.
never listened to any of his
You're wildin', bro.
albums.
Ed Sheeran
I know that
is
he
fire.
can rock out and play guitar with some rappers.
Ed Sheeran is fire, bro. I'm telling you. Hey, yo, not speaking of which, but by the way, my man's is about to call me soon. We about to get a live interview popping. But fucking, bro, yeah, Ed Sheeran is fire, bro. You don't understand, though. Like, you really have to understand that Ed Sheeran is really part of the hip hop community, because like he went into like this one studio session and literally rapped, like rap/sang in the club. Oh, here's the phone call. Yo. Hold on, yo. How do I make this like audible into the mic? I got it plugged in.
All right, I'm gonna tell you what I need while Hendo's trying to figure this
Hold
out.
on, bro.
I need another SZA album. That's what I need.
What?
Another SZA album.
Scissors that
Yo,
shit.
she is so dope.
What did
Yo,
the
can
album
you hear
do?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right. We got my man's Charlie on the line, bro. You can hear me, right, bro?
Facts, yeah, real shit.
Yo, this is my brother from another fucking mother, bro. Like,
Facts.
this is my nigga for real, bro. I remember when I first met this man, dog. I was at this party in Vineland, bro, and it was like so dumb bloody. Like, it was so blooded out. It was mad gangster niggas there. It was mad cool niggas there. And like, me and him just started rapping and shit. And like, bro, ever since that, me and this man have been cool. You feel me? Like,
Facts.
before Bull moved to Atlanta and shit, I would just go to his house and watch this man freestyle. Nick, you don't understand, bro. This man is the best freestyler I've ever heard in my life, dog.
You can't just say that.
Bro, I put it on my life, bro.
You can't just get him. You can't say that live and not get him there.
I can't. You want me to give him the platform?
Yeah, he got it.
Bro.
You set him up. You set him up.
Yo, Charlie, you want to spit something, bro?
I don't care. You know I'm with the shit. Always.
Bro, get busy on him, Charlie.
No beat, no nothing, huh?
No beat, no beat.
Yo, this is what up, bro? This is Shu, Hendo's co-host, and I'm just letting you know you got to go hard, bro. You got to bring some shit.
I got both some shit, huh?
You got to bring some shit. We want to hear that shit.
Spit that shit, bro.
Facts. I got you. Give me a second. I'm trying to soak this all in, cause now I mean this is my first time doing an interview with somebody legit. You feel me?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
But I definitely got some bars for
Rip
you.
that shit, Lotto.
He called. He said the motto, "Fuck Lotto." But nah, yo. Hey, yo, why you thinking of that shit, bro? I'ma just interview you for a minute, yo. How old were you when you started rapping, dog?
I started rapping at 7 years old, 7 going on 8. I wrote my first rap in 2nd grade at school and was scared as shit when my dad came up there for the parent-teacher conference because they had the notebook that I wrote the shit in and was reading
That shit was
Yo, I know. No,
Bro,
I can personally relate.
So many cuss words, my nigga. There was literally not one word that wasn't a cuss word in there.
When I was a young boy, I used to write shit in my notebook, and I used to hide that shit under the bed. My mom would find them and rip them up, so I can relate to that story. That's crazy.
Yo, that's funny.
That's funny as shit.
Facts.
Yo, for real. How old were you when you started rapping, Nick?
When I actually started like taking it seriously, or I think I wrote my first rap at like 14 or 15.
14?
14 or 15, right? But I didn't take it seriously until I was like honestly 18, 19 years old.
Bro,
I was fucking around for a few years.
I wrote my first rap at 10 years old, dog.
Yeah.
Like 10. Like, that's why, like, bro, when I tell you that Charlie is nice, like, this man is crazy, bro. Yo, let me know when you're ready, bro.
At 7 years old, you really got to think about this. At 7 years old, at 7, you just really getting into fucking learning how to put your sentences together.
Right.
I was writing some gangsta ass shit at 7 years old, my nigga.
Yo, for real, like, real life shit. You feel me? Like, not even from, like, the motherfucking, like, TV or, like, his actual life. Like, this shit was crazy.
And you know what's crazy? A year after that shit, I watched the nigga get his fucking head blown off right in front of my face, bro.
No
and
bullshit.
I thought that was gonna stop the rap shit for me, but that shit made me go harder because I'm like, yo, I'm young as hell and I realized how life was that then. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do this shit. Fuck that.
Word up.
Like this nigga.
Brains all sloppy and shit. That's crazy.
I got a verse for y'all niggas real quick. Check this out, right?
All right, go ahead.
I said, lately I've been running from my vices like them shits ain't Jason Walker behind me. My timeline be a constant reminder. On God, lost my whole support system. Now it's me and the beats. My inner demons manifesting in the feeling defeat. But I'm silent, won't let myself fall. Fuck depression. If you were a human, I let this tech blow. Load that bitch with a mag that hang all the way past my elbow. Let you know that I want smoke on everything I love, my nigga. I swear to God, I fucking hate you cause you take it from me. My sanity, stability, and peace of mind isn't cheap. I'm sick and tired of you cutting me deep. You had me try to kill myself being weak, so fuck you, I don't need you, my G. I found comfort in believing you. Now I want you damn for leaving me to believe in you. My sons without their father was detrimental. Your bitch ass won't leave me alone. Since 13, you follow me and I take your punk ass home. And no mine, you tried to take the mother of my kids from me, manifest as a human so I could take your life from you, bitch ass nigga. You ain't Freddy Krueger, get out my dreams, my mental screw, cause you wanna tell me these bad things. I'm tired of you, tired of all this. All I got is me in his way. I never call quits. I can hear the beats every day and kill them all, but the pressure's going first and I put it even on God, nigga.
That was dope, bro. That was dope. Give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause.
Yeah, facts, bro. Like, bro, when I'm telling you, bro, I've literally, like, witnessed this man, like, spit for, like, 10 minutes straight, 15 minutes straight, just, like, going off top of the dome. Like, I hardly ever witnessed, like people, like rappers, like, spit some personal shit off top of the head. Like, that shit is so rare to me, bro. And I respect MCs who can just do that shit, bro. Because, like, all I can do is like put my shit to the pen. Like I can freestyle, but like putting my shit to the pen is where I shine the most. But like fucking with niggas like Charlie and like listening to niggas like Eminem, bro, who can just spit like freestyle they life. That shit is crazy, dog. Like that shit really makes me like admire niggas and you feel me? Like it makes me admire niggas and it makes me admire like rap as an essence more. You feel me? Like the shit is just crazy, bro. Yo. Peep though, like you got any new music on the way?
Yeah, I got some shit in the works right now. I got an interview with Indie Class Radio tomorrow in Atlanta, so I'm gonna go down there and they gonna be previewing some shit up there. But right now, what I'm working with my little brother and shit. I'm trying to get him into the music shit because he want to do this shit, but he trying to find his voice, so to speak.
I feel you on that, bro. You gotta mold him, bro, because like the shit that you be rapping, the shit that you put on Wax Dog is like too real. It's too crazy. Like if your brother going rap or anybody that you affiliated with going rap they have to be on like the same level as you or at least like aspire to be. You feel me? You can't be around like
what I want little bro to do is I want little bro to be himself because with trying to help somebody perfect their craft, you gotta also let them take their own style and form it. Cause I don't want to form his style behind mine. And niggas be like, oh, well, they got kind of similar styles and shit. I want him to be as unique as possible. That's what I like. I like when people are different so that way you can complement my flow with something that's unique that nobody's heard before. You feel me? Because down here in Georgia, everything sounds the same. Just like anywhere else. But the thing is, we got to make it different.
Yo, I totally agree with you. And my boy Nick, my co-host, bro, when we was in the studio last night, I was getting on him about like his flow and his delivery was different than mine, and for a minute it just seemed like off kilter and shit. And I told him like, yo, I don't like this. And then he's basically said the same shit to me that you just said to me, and now like I have to really really respect it because like.
Bro, that's why I like working with you. I like working with PJ and Autumn because y'all flows is different. And when we cut, I can figure out how to complement your flow with my own flow because it's different.
And it helps you grow. Working with different people that have different styles, not similar styles, helps you grow as an artist because you can come out of your pocket and accent that shit. Right.
Yo, facts.
Yep.
And shout out to, he just mentioned our boy PJ, yo. Shout out to PJ, yo. PJ Mac, bro. Yo, white boy is ridiculous, bro. He's like crazy good at rap.
Let me tell you some shit about PJ. It was a girl that lived in the neighborhood with him. She put us all in a group chat, and she was trying to get people to help push his music when he first started out. Everybody else in that group chat was dogging this nigga on some other shit, like trying to down this nigga, and I was the only one in the group chat that said, you know what, fuck everybody else, send him my link, send him my email, and we gonna work together. And boom, we clicked after that.
And he a monster now, bro. Like PJ is fire, bro. Like crazy. Yo, 7 is a beast too. Like these are all the niggas that me and Charlie be around that like we started like rapping with and Violent and shit, and like Millville and Bridgeton, and like, bro, the 856.
What we need to do is we need to get a track, bro. Like we just did the freestyle track last night, where we're just ripping straight bars, no hooks or anything.
Facts.
We need to get a track where there's just straight like 5-6 like lethal dudes just ripping the whole shit.
Like Glory. I did a remix to Glory, and that shit was 5 minutes of straight, no hook, straight.
Glory by Lil Wayne?
Straight. Yeah, I remixed that shit like 2015.
Bro, I don't know if anybody knows that song. You know that song Glory by Lil Wayne, bro?
Off of what?
It's off like the Free Weezy album, but like it got stripped off YouTube, it got stripped off everywhere, and I think it's like only on Tidal.
I feel like I do, but I'd have to hear it. I don't.
Bro, that song is crazy.
Even Lil Wayne was the reason why I killed that song, because when I heard Lil Wayne on that song, I said, yo, this reminds me of the Lil Wayne when he was doing straight mixtapes, no albums, no nothing, just straight killing everything.
That's the Weezy we all know and love.
Bro, 2008 to 2013, Lil Wayne. After Sorry for the Wait 2, I stopped checking.
Nah, it was before 2008. He was like
2007.
2007 to
after like Carter 2 and shit. Yo.
I grew up off the Carter 2, my nigga. The Carter 2
The Carter 2 is flames, bro.
I think the Carter 2 is better than the Carter 3.
I think so, too.
No.
What?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You're whining, fam. Yo.
Don't do that. No. Because the Carter 3, I'm sorry, the Carter 3 was the album that really pushed everybody that was rapping around me. They that pushed us to the limit. Right there, as soon as I heard 3P, I knew for a fact, if I don't become a rapper, I'm going to have to just die. It's nothing else.
Yeah, no, three Pete definitely like made you feel that shit.
Mr.
Like for real, I
Carter.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Mr. Carter was the shit too, but 3P was the best song on there.
You think so?
I'll give you that. Yeah, the whole feeling, like the whole vibe of the when it comes on, like that shit really inspires the fuck out of me. Like
I like Mr. Carter, bro.
Bro, the first line caught me. That bitch was like, "I'm on it, yeah, I'm on it." Oh man,
Right.
as soon as he said that shit, I said, "Oh, you on it?" Oh, and then he started going in. I was like,
I
"Oh."
said, "Are you?"
Yo, that's funny as hell.
Yo,
But you know what's crazy? Like the most recent work that Wayne's been putting out is the most impressive to me. Like shit like Hollywood. What?
Visine. That's the
Visine
right
is
now.
crazy.
All his new shit. Visine is the
you
best.
said that's the most impressive Wayne you've
That's
heard.
the most impressive Wayne I've heard, bro. Visine, Hollyweezy, fucking Coco, like
His verse on Family Feud was the illest too.
yes, Family Feud was
And,
crazy.
and the fucked up shit is nobody fucking caught any of the jabs he was taking at Birdman and that shit. They just was like, oh, this verse hot. It was so many jabs at Birdman, bro. I was dead.
Fucking playing.
Bro, his verse on Bank Account is crazy, dog.
Bro, I
Bro,
don't know any of these tracks. What is this from?
this is all recent Wayne.
From what?
Bro, from mixtapes, from singles,
Free-
bro.
From
From
mixtape.
Free Weezy to Sorry for the Wait.
Dedication 5 and 6, my
Oh,
nigga.
he did drop
Yeah,
that.
that too. Yeah.
Nah, you know what? A lot of people
Yo,
told me
you've
not
been
to listen to
sleeping
it.
on-
Nah,
You're
I fucked
wildin',
up.
fam.
I fucked up.
Dedication 5.
He said, "You're wilding, fam."
Yo,
Wildin', fam.
Dedication 5 and 6 is crazy, bro. Like
Yo.
ridiculous. Like
I gotta check it out. A couple people. Nah, I was excited, and I told. Was that the shit that came out around Christmas time?
I'm not sure, bro.
Yeah, there was something that dropped around the holiday season, and I was like, "Yo, like Wayne just dropped the tape," and everybody's like, "Don't even listen to it, it's whack." And I'm like, "But
Niggas,
nah, I should have."
Probably Lil Wayne, but this-
niggas deceived you, bro.
Yeah,
Lil
no,
Wayne,
they did.
Lil Wayne is better than Eminem to me in my eyes,
Stop
bro.
it, stop it.
No,
Stop
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm
Stop
sorry.
it.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah, nah,
Stop you right there.
if
Now
you
you
didn't
going
stop,
too
if
far.
you didn't stop him,
The
I'm.
left turn you said.
Yeah,
Eminem.
he is, bro. He is.
It's like what I like.
I caught him saying
No,
Eminem.
no,
Yo, I caught him saying 4 times earlier today before we came in. Yo, Eminem's really crazy, man.
Yo,
but he
that-
always
and
says
I'm
some
not
dumb shit.
taking it from him. Eminem is one of the greatest rappers alive, but I
What do you
would
mean
rather-
one of the greatest?
I would rather listen to Lil Wayne than Eminem, bro.
That don't mean he's better.
It does to me. It
A
does
lot
to
of people
me.
would rather listen to Drake than
I would
anybody
have
else.
to hear a
Guess
whole
what?
album. I would have to hear a whole album with them two on it.
Right.
I would love to hear a Watch the Throne type album
And
from
fucking
Wayne.
Wash
and
would
them, bro.
end he would wash the fuck out of Wayne.
You're wildin'.
And would
bro.
wash Wayne, dude.
You're
The
wild.
whole.
Nah, the new, I ain't even gonna start the new Eminem, like the reinvented Eminem right now. I like his stuff, but it's not the Eminem.
It's
I'm
not
used
the
to.
same Eminem,
The new and
but
improved Wayne is better than the Carter.
and, like
Wayne,
we were
bro.
talking about this on the way. M is more technical as a rapper. I think he's a better rapper now than he was back
He's a
then.
better lyricist. He's a better
He is.
lyricist a little way, but as far as punchlines go, that's an even fight
You're
right
not
there.
taking shit from Wayne when it comes to punchlines.
Punch,
bro.
Wayne does have. I will say Wayne said some of the craziest punchlines. M does too, but Wayne does that. That is.
But Wayne doesn't have to explain.
I'll put him up there
himself.
with the best with punchlines. I
And-
will.
This nigga Wayne said he's so high the blunt feel like a dumbbell, nigga.
Yo.
That right there alone is some shit.
Because Wayne, when he spits a metaphor, it has so much imagery, and he doesn't have to say much.
He does.
M always has to explain himself in the metaphor.
That's Gilly Jr.
But regardless, any I can tell you right now. No, listen, I love Wayne,
Stop.
but I can tell you.
Gilly Jr.
Stop.
I can tell you right now.
Gilly Jr. word.
For every one of Wayne's punchlines, I could come up with a crazier M punchline. I can.
Yeah, but
'Cause
M but M always has to explain himself.
What's my man you got on the
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah.
You think Lil Wayne is Gilly Jr. and a lot of this shit?
Yo, chill. You know who Gilly the Kid is, right, bro?
Yeah, I know who Gilly the Kid is.
You know about that whole thing, like when
Oh,
they
that
said,
whole thing where they said Gilly was writing for Lil Wayne.
yeah.
First of all,
If you listen to Gilly's tracks, you can tell the clear divide in the skill. You can tell the clear divide in the skill.
no, you know what it is? Lil Wayne never had punchlines.
And the thing is though, when people don't know, Lil Wayne doesn't write. He doesn't write at all.
Yeah, he hasn't written in years.
If you go back to Lil Wayne's work pre-Gilly, he never had punchlines.
Right again, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because Lil Wayne was a gangster rapper. All he was rapping about was being with the hot boys.
Yeah,
That
facts.
shit was whack.
It was wobbly. Nah, don't do that. Because you was listening to wobbly with the rest of us, nigga.
Hold on. Wayne, let's
Yeah, he said because that shit was whack.
Let's understand
Well, I
what
know y'all was dropping it like y'all listening to goddamn back that thing up. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, word. Fact.
Yo.
Let me be clear.
Wayne came up with his own word.
No.
Bling bling.
Bling, bling.
Yeah, facts.
No, let me be clear. Lil Wayne pre-Gilly, he was just a different artist.
Yeah, he was.
He was young.
He was young and
a
stupid.
different artist.
He went a whole three.
He was a younger bringing his talent to the stage, and of course, he had the kinks in his armor, so he had to work through that. Like anybody that starts out, you gonna be trash when you first start out.
No. What I was saying, I'm not even saying that he's trash. I'm not saying he was a different. Like the Wayne is now. Like we didn't love that Little Wayne.
Nah.
Nah, we
You know
didn't.
what I'm saying?
We
Nah.
didn't.
We tolerated that Little
We
Wayne.
tolerated him and we heard
It was
him.
a party. That was party Wayne. That was the Wayne you
That's
play on the radio at the club.
That's Southern music,
Right. Now at the Gilly, we love Lil Wayne.
bro, because he's such an amazing lyricist.
Right.
How many
I put it like
lyricists
this:
from the
put
South?
Gilly the Kid and Lil Wayne against each other right now and answer that. Then
Oh, Gilly.
no,
Do that.
no.
Do that.
With the smoke.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
With the smoke.
Don't do that. That's Mr.
This monkey
Miyagi.
bullshit. I'm gonna get an 8 for that.
Fuck yeah!
That's Mr. Miyagi.
Yo, fuck yeah!
Yo,
Let's go!
Gilly is
Someone
only
get
good
Gilly
if
on
you
the
like
phone
it
right now. Let's get it.
Lil Wayne is Daniel's son.
Someone get Gilly on the phone right now. Let's get it.
Lil Wayne is Daniel's son.
Matter of fact, go to that freestyle he did when he was in the basement, or when they used to do that shit on Rap City, and hear the diss he did to Gilly the Kid on there.
Oh,
What you talking about? The one with Wayne or?
with Wayne.
Lil Wayne, where he was like, live from the 504. It's Mr. Crazy, got him jumping like a boogie no vote. Like,
Yeah,
come
he
on,
went crazy.
come on,
They're
son.
not fuck-
Yeah, but but here's the thing with that freestyle. He recycled that shit and he used that on
because
so many things.
I definitely heard that on a couple mixtapes.
I heard that shit so many
It was a
times,
hot ass line.
So many times I heard that shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, "You are not." He's like, he was on that whole like Drake shit. Like I said like,
But
I'm
Kanye
not-
has a few recycled
Nah,
freestyles.
Drake did that Hot 97 shit with his phone.
Drake fucked himself up
Yeah.
on that one.
Yo, that's the shit I don't get. Drake has so many L-worthy moments, but nobody cares.
Yo, people
Because
really
he's
like,
a light skinned nigga that get all the bitches. You don't fuck with that nigga because you know he may steal your bitch and then apologize to you for it.
funny
He
as
go
shit.
fuck your baby mom
that's
and
so
send a
true,
thank
bro.
you note.
Nah, Drake is an entertainer. We just look at Drake for what he is.
Drake is not a rapper.
We don't
He's
call
not
him
a rapper.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah,
He's
Facts.
Prince. He's Michael
Oh,
Jackson. He's
shit.
an entertainer.
Rap.
He called him Prince.
I'm just saying he's an entertainer.
Oh, no, not Prince. Not the king. Not the king.
Oh,
Now what I'm saying is,
Yo, that was so disrespectful.
look how Prince dressed and all that. Like, we still didn't take nothing away from his craft.
Yo, blood, for real.
Oh, no. The thing is with Prince, though, Prince can dress up like a bitch and still take your bitch, though.
Right.
But Drake wear a lot of turtlenecks.
I ain't even gonna start that shit. He was wearing the weird as fuck. That's cool. Like, just to think a nigga could wear some weird shit like that and walk up to your bitch and lick the side of her face.
Bro, if a nigga, bro,
my
if a nigga in high
You
heels
go
and
wrong
a
with-
gender
you go wrong with that
necklace take
nigga.
my bitch, bro.
Facts.
If a nigga in high heels and a gender necklace take my bitch, bro, I'ma be tight. I'ma be tight.
Facts.
You better be.
I'ma
What he
be tight.
said and
You
licked
better
the side
be,
of
bro.
her face.
Facts.
And
Cause
feed her
Prince
a
is
lot
like
of
that.
cocaine.
If you ain't no real nigga if you didn't watch Purple Rain. And if you watch Purple Rain, you see how many bitches is on this nigga dick.
Yo,
From the
real
jump.
shit. Prince and Rick James was fucking
Nah,
everybody.
Prince has to get that respect because Prince still has many
Prince
albums in the vault right now.
Got some pussy.
Yeah,
That nigga, yo, Prince did not beat his dad up for real.
Facts. Watch the movie Purple Rain, my nigga.
Oh yeah, Purple Rain is the shit.
The
That's
connection.
crazy.
We live right now.
So you telling me Prince went to his dad's house in a pair of platforms and beat up his dad?
No, him and his dad. It's the scene in the movie. You gotta watch it, bro. He was there arguing with his dad. Him and his dad start fighting. This nigga hauled ass on a motorcycle, picked up a bitch, and it was on from there.
Yeah.
And then that's when he made the song Purple Rain and performed that shit, because that song was for his dad.
That's crazy. Michael Jackson ain't even beat up his dad, bro.
He needed to beat up.
God, you thinking, what? You know what Joe would have did to that nigga?
Joe was a big ass nigga back in the day, bro.
Joe had that nigga since 5 years old in the crib, like, shut up, bitch, sing your song.
And not only Michael, bro, he had his whole family whipped out. You feel me? Like, it take a lot of mental control to do some shit like that. You feel me? Like, Joe Jackson was low-key a cult
Joe
leader.
Jackson is the first black parent to beat the black off their kid.
Yeah!
Facts.
Facts. You heard there's speculation that he got Michael Jackson chemically castrated. We talked about that shit on the show. Like, basically, like, he got the nigga castrated so he couldn't, like, go through puberty and his voice couldn't, like, get the bass and shit. Like, there's, like, a lot of, like, evidence and shit behind it.
I can believe it.
That's some crazy shit to do to your child or some other shit, but at the same time, I Mr. The Wide News Michael.
Word.
Mr. Rock with you dead to the boogie type shit. That was the real Michael Jackson right there.
Hey.
That was the nigga that was stealing everybody's heart. And then when they painted this nigga albino and shit,
You know why?
fucked it up.
You know why? During that whole time that you
He
talking
said
about,
painted him
that
albino.
was the Mike that took control of himself.
Yeah. Facts.
Exactly. Until that Coca-Cola commercial.
Right.
Or was it Pepsi?
The Pepsi.
It was Pepsi.
He fell
Oh, it was
back.
Pepsi.
He said, my hair.
Yeah, but after that Pepsi drink, he fell back.
Hold on, you please do that in the back. Got you some eye on my hair.
That was me.
What do you say?
That was him, though. Yo, I swear, that's really how he said it. He was like, my hair, no.
That nigga was patting this shit like a bitch patting his fresh sewing.
Facts. A fake sewing to nigga. Yo,
But what I feel like is right now in this day and age that we live in with how rap is going right now, everybody has their own little twists and their shit, and everybody's gonna have mixed opinions about everything, of course. You feel me? But at the end of the day, us as artists, we should all just say, you know what? Yeah, you might make this fucking corny ass fucking jumpity jump music, but this is what you do. This is how you get paid. Do what you do best.
on the real, bro,
It's too much opposition and not support.
I definitely agree with that, bro. Because if you gotta think about how rap is right now, like compared to the 90s, bro, nobody is dying from rap music no more. Like nobody is pulling up to everybody getting money to a very large degree, and it's mostly peaceful. Like a lot of niggas ain't going out fighting other niggas. Like you feel me? Like it's
honestly, the 90s back when it was raw like that, because the motherfucker wasn't going into the studio to make no diss track. You diss me on the song, I'm coming to where you at, and we gonna deal with that shit. And going nowadays, you gonna have a party track with your name in it, getting dissed. Like, really think about that. You snapping and bobbing and hear niggas say, "Oh, fuck that nigga, snapping wrong, touch your hip." Like,
yo, oh my fuck, that's really how it is. That's how Rich the Kid and Lil Uzi be dissing each other.
nah, Lil Uzi gave my respect from that whole situation, because Lil Uzi wasn't with none of that shit.
pulled
He
up
straight
on
went up like, alright, I'm gonna kill you in the Who Run It remix, and then I'm gonna run into you for real.
Word. And niggas don't be giving Uzi a lot of like credit, bro. Uzi really is a hood nigga. You feel me?
And that's the thing, if niggas go back to the real Uzi where before he started getting all the colored hair and all that weird shit,
He had shit with
he
Core
was
and
against
shit.
the nigga.
He had
He
shit
was
with
gonna
Core.
speak like everybody else.
Facts. He got shit with Core, my nigga. He was supposed to have some shit with Meek Millie and shit like that. Like Uzi is really, really a hood ass nigga. But nah, I
But the
got
thing is now, everybody else, it's them drugs, bro.
facts.
it's some
It's the
drugs.
fans. Damn, Nick, you
Them-
might be right.
Them
what
drugs
I'm
changed
saying?
the whole mindset and the way the industry working right now. They pushing everything on the agenda that's not good.
That's what the fuck I'm saying.
Yo, shoot. Yo, Nick was, my co-host was literally just talking about that shit like 10 minutes ago. So you might have a point. Y'all both might have a point.
No, he's right. That's exactly what the fuck's up.
But nah,
That's
bro.
what they doing. They pushing all the shit. They pushing all the shit that they want us to fall into because
Right.
they know
They're trying to-
all these little young kids like all this bullshit that we got going on. we could just get them all on drugs instead of having them killing everybody else.
And get them on drugs and manipulate them and control them so they can make music for us so we can put money in our pocket.
Word.
They got a video of his manager smacking him the fuck up because he's going out telling everybody like, yo, these motherfuckers is fucking my life up.
That's really true too. They got video proof of Zan doing that shit. And Diego, he only 19, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yo, they're trying to bring us down. You know what I mean?
That's why it's more. That's why you see more of everybody starting to try to do their own independent thing, and the only thing that really asking for the labels is the money to back that shit.
Facts, like publishing and promotion and shit like that.
And see, that's what we need to tell the artists. Stop going after a record deal and just get you some publishing.
Word.
That's it. Because all you really need is publishing and promotion to push that shit. You don't need the whole fucking label.
You need the distribution and shit like that. You can do that, bro. There's a whole website where you can pay $18 a month for SoundCloud. You get registered on Spotify. I mean, you get registered and verified on Spotify. Fucking niggas listen to your music and shit like you don't.
Bro, the best prime example is Joey Badass.
Bro, I be talking to Nick about this shit all the time, bro. On Summer Nights, you know that mixtape, right? It was like an album or whatever. On Summer Nights, or I think it was either Summer Nights or All American Badass. Joey Badass, bro, made $400,000 off that album after he paid off everybody else because he's independent. All he had to do was pay his publishing company and his manager.
Bro, this nigga got this. I forget what interview it was. It was in the paper. It was on the I forget what website it was on. But the nigga get 80% of all his shit. 20% goes to the label.
Because he's smart and he didn't sign any dumb shit that he didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Bro, would you
he's
be
smart.
happy? Would you be happy with being independent and making damn near $500,000 first week?
Yeah,
that's first sales,
yeah,
bro.
Fuck yeah, bro.
$500,000 in your
especially
pocket
on his. He's not on. He's
motherfuckers hear numbers like that, and they be like, "Oh, that's a little bit of change. I need millions." Nah, nigga, if you really put $500,000 in the hands of a nigga that's broke as hell right now, that'd be that nigga life right there.
I'll fuck around and turn that shit into multi-millions.
Even G Herbo said it in one of his songs. He was like, oh, YouTube YouTube pay some more shit. You feel me? These young niggas know how to copyright their music and work with monetization within like YouTube, within Spotify and shit like that. And then Herb went on the interview. He was like, bro, I've literally gotten $40,000 checks from YouTube and not even known it. You feel me? And he can pay somebody's rent with just a YouTube check
and not even known it.
Feel me?
What do you mean?
He be looking through his checkbook and like, oh shit, look, a $40,000 YouTube check.
Right.
Me? Because he get money in so many different avenues. Because it's copyrights. It's like peep game, bro. G Herbo's whole stamp and trademark before he got super popping was never leave my brother's 150 no limit.
Right.
He got that copywritten and turned it to an actual company rather than turning it into like a gang, because that's what it was before. NLMB means No Limit Muskegon Boys, and then he just turned it to Never Leave My Brothers and trademarked it, and now all his niggas getting money.
Right.
And that's crazy because niggas is on the same way trying to do the same shit, but we gotta go through it with some motherfuckers from out of state because they stole our shit already.
You talking about that SGE shit, right?
Yeah, but you know what's funny as hell though is that them niggas
you guys got
after they took that shit, I added 2 more letters to the shit. They added 3 more letters to the shit. So, and now he done cut off half of the niggas in his crew.
So you guys got some turf wars out here?
Niggas don't want no turf war smoke.
Man, listen, I'm a street nigga at the end of the day. All this rap shit is just music, you feel me? And this is what I do because I love it. But at the end of the day, niggas don't. Now I don't beef with nobody on that shit because at the end of the day, I know how I'm coming. I'm not about to sit here argue with you. I'm not going back and forth with you.
On some Grove Street shit.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, like, and my thing is, I try to be humble. I try to leave that shit where it's at. You feel me? Because you could die out here doing shit like that. But at the same time, like, nah, you gotta give me my respect.
Right.
But at the same time, 1700 gang. SGE.
Yeah, you already know that.
Fact.
Know that.
You feel me? Stamp. You
know that. And the big homie home, so ain't none of that.
Ah, it's over, yo. That's crazy. But nah, bro. I got one more question for you, bro. And we talked about this, I think, like the last 2 episodes, but I always wanted your opinion on this live. Do you think XXX Tentacion is our generation's Tupac.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I can't put the title of
Controversial
Tupac
shit
on
at the
that.
end of.
I can't put the title of Tupac on that, but I can
Thank
say
you, bro.
if you talk, what you talking? You talking as far as lyrics?
No,
or
but
you talking influence?
He's saying-
influence. I'm talking his. He's
saying
his
everything
persona,
accounted
his
for.
story. Because look at X's story and look at Pac's story. It's very similar.
Nah,
X
bro.
and-
Yo, and that's crazy because that's the truth.
X
Because
and Pac
Pac
were
started out
wild
the same
ass
way.
niggas at first. You feel-
Good in the way, you know what I mean? He thug like West Side, bang, 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 and then turn around, oh, we gotta treat our women with respect, we gotta love and respect each other.
X did the same shit.
He brought the Bloods and Crips together in Cali, my nigga.
Yeah, he did.
Got me out here repeating
He
myself.
did.
Listen,
He did.
the thing is, they have a lot of similarities, but Pac was just more than that. You know what I mean? Pac was a very Pac was an
Pac fucked
activist.
up at is he started fucking with the streets more than the industry.
Pac wasn't even really a blood, bro. Like he just knew the
It
nigga.
don't matter.
Not a lot of
If you're affiliated, your ass will get killed by association. That's how that
Word.
shit goes.
Facts.
Hold on, bro.
We got my man.
Is this in there?
Yeah. It's on. We got Shellyano in the building, one of Philly legends, rapper, battle rap, like all the titles, all the amenities, everything you want to put on. But he's here in the building. He wanted to comment on it. What's up, Shell?
I was thinking that, it's funny that when you say the Triple X situation, because he the reason why I wouldn't put him in a category with Pac is just because of longevity.
I feel that.
As far
I give you that.
as far as
Right.
Because Pac has hundreds of songs.
It's too early to say something like that.
but I definitely think that he was
I mean, as far as the influence go, I feel like, you could put them in the same boat. But, like, as far as, like, the music and shit,
right.
and
his
substance.
music, XXX music speaks to people that's our age now.
Right.
It don't speak to the motherfuckers that Pac was speaking to. Pac was speaking
Right.
to the motherfuckers with crackhead moms and dads not in the home, shit like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Right. See, I was about to say that, like, basically saying that the youngin, he was a voice to the youth though. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he was a major voice for the youth.
Like,
Pac had a broader reach.
and I don't think it's wrong. I don't think there's nothing wrong about, even if you're a street person and you still want to talk about building societies, because even when it came down for when gangs was first started or whatever, it was about building and holding your community
Yeah,
down.
facts.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it turned into something that it really wasn't supposed to be, because these gangs was for real was people that protected the civilians in their neighborhood.
Yeah, what happened was crack cocaine. Crack cocaine, bro.
Facts.
Bro, we could talk.
Mind
Crack
you,
cocaine
Mo,
says
yo,
that
You
crack
have him
cocaine
on
came
next
from
week so we can have to.
I wish, bro, because
for
he in
protecting their
Atlanta.
neighborhood, the youth stay.
Yeah, because a lot of kids without fathers grew to be products of the environment, and when you start letting society raise the kid, of course they're going to be raised with more mistakes than somebody that care about them to stop them from the flaws.
Facts.
Nah, but that's the thing we need right now. We need more people to step up and say, you know what?
For
Fuck
sure.
being gangster. I'm gonna show you how to live your life without
Right.
dying.
Right.
Because that's what's really important.
Thank you.
What's really important is you know these people, they put out this music and they put out a lot of different situations because it's what they go through in their environment. But when they think about it, when it's time to do something positive, they often drift off it because they get scared, because they think that being positive is a negative nowadays.
Nah, niggas be too worried about
That's
their
that-
money.
That's that
Niggas be
five-word
too worried for their
mindset.
money. They be like, you know what? Fuck that. I got too much money to be going back to the hood. Me,
Right.
I'm gonna be from the hood forever. You
Right.
feel me? So no matter how much money I got, I go back to the hood. If niggas decide they want to take me out because I came back and tried to help them out, then that'll just be my karma.
Well, you know that's probably because you cut from a good cloth. You gotta understand that everybody when they feel like they in a situation where it's like a crab in the barrel syndrome, where they trying to make it out and everybody keep trying to pull them, it's hard for them to understand who they supposed to love and who they supposed to hate.
Yeah, I made it.
Facts.
I made it. I can say I made it out because I left my hometown to be somewhere else for the simple fact of that shit.
But that's how they. But
I
that's
know if I would have stayed in Jersey, I probably wouldn't even got the chance to do this shit because I'd have been out there fucking around in the street.
But that's how they learn, though, because at the end of the day, when they see somebody make it out of poverty and when they see somebody do it, then they understand that they could do it. You know what I mean? It's only the people that hate that can't accept change.
Exactly,
And
that's why
nobody
we need.
wants to lead by example. They like, all right, I made it myself.
Right.
It's just gonna be me.
We need
Right.
leadership. We need a leadership
But-
mentality.
But the way that they got to start that is like being like what you said, keeping it real, because you can't love the money more than your moral fiber. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Morality is forever. You feel me?
For sure.
Your first impression is everything, and my first impression I want to make on everybody when I do step into this industry is like, yo,
people survive
I
by
may
their
be just a
name.
nigga just like y'all, but at the same time, I'm gonna do what everybody else has failed to do, and that's to really bring everybody together.
Right.
Well, you know, with all this beefing and with all these people, they like to see that, because at the end of the day, it's really not a race thing. It's not a blood thing. It's a money thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of these,
It's because we've been desensitized since we was kids. When we was little kids, we was watching hella movies and shit, watching people in the neighborhood get whacked. Shit that shit makes you numb to that shit.
It's also population control.
Ooh.
Facts.
Very important. Very important. That's a real topic.
The government knew this shit though. They know this shit. They know. They like our music. Everybody knows in this world, even down to the biblical shit. Music is influential as fuck. You can't get around the influence of music.
Well, you
can play a beat and have motherfuckers in a train.
Well, you're definitely right about that, because if you listen to a kick snare and a drum, it's the sound tap as a psychologist used to hypnotize you.
Exactly.
Those same balls.
The metronome, the metronome alone.
Well, there's years ago they studied the MK Ultra project, and that was the same.
I made a song about that shit, like fucking 2012.
Right, controlling people by
and
sound waves.
Nobody wanted to listen to me because they didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, because that's not their fault though. It's because they dumbed down.
No, it's definitely not.
They've been dumbing down the education, just like they took away cursive, so people can't write their John Hancock on things to make sure that it's patented.
You can't
And niggas don't even know your social
They
security
don't teach
card
it no
wasn't
more.
even a social security card. That shit was a bank account.
There's no cursive in school.
Bro, I remember
Really?
when I was in the
I didn't know
8th
that.
grade, bro. We had this thing called workplace readiness, and they taught us on computers how to balance out a checkbook, how to make your own business and all
Hold on, what
that.
school you went to? Because they didn't teach me that shit. I
didn't
learned
teach
how
me
to
that
fucking
shit either.
balance shit out on the track.
Nigga, I went to white
I know
people's
how to put
school.
it on the scale.
I went to white people's school. You feel me? That's
Yeah,
like
they didn't.
that's like
they
the
didn't
And that's
teach
the
me
thing. That's what we need to start at. We need to start with these schools.
Well,
first
you know,
and build from there.
There's so much to be done, bro.
No, right now at this time and era, we're gonna have to build through the music, because the kids use the music to implicate it in their life to be, and
Exactly.
you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, we gotta find people that understand that giving out a message it's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean?
So how do you think, in your opinion, how do you think we could shift the culture to something more positive to influence these younger generations?
I think that the people that's older like me gotta stop being scared of the youth and sit back and really educate them. I think that
I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like the older generation that's before us. You feel me? I feel like the older generation, they not scared of the youth. They don't give a fuck no more because the youth.
I feel I agree with that, because I feel like the youth has this arrogance to them, like they don't want to listen to anybody.
Well, if you listen,
that's because they lied to us when we was growing up, telling us that everything was ours. You feel me? They made us feel entitled as kids, and then when we got older and realized that shit wasn't the truth. Niggas was like,
mad
well,
y'all
fuck y'all
now.
then.
Man, you told me I could be the
that's
president.
the
Nigga, I'm working 10 hours out.
You can.
Facts.
You can do it, bro.
The thing is,
A lot of these older cats paved the way, and these guys don't want to step up to the plate.
Yeah, that's
well,
not
everybody.
our fault.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Being thorough is a full-time job.
Yeah, that shit is
You know what I
good.
mean? At the end of the day, I think the kids only really listen to the ones that been through the trenches with
Nah,
them.
where
That's true.
That is when they started taking the father out of the home, bro. When they started taking the dads out of the homes and started giving the moms motherfucking Section 8 and all that other bullshit, that's when shit started going bad, because nobody had anybody to really stand there and show them to be an upstand person.
Hold on. I just want y'all to understand that this young man is younger than me.
He got a lot of key points, but at the same time, you gotta understand that experience is the best teacher.
Right, exactly.
And at the end of the day, he definitely right about the fathers being took out of the houses, but at the same time, the women accepted it. So at the
Exactly.
at the end of the
So
day,
it's not like a playing the blame game or nothing like that. It's
Right.
just for the simple fact that you think about this. Most people that have mom and dads that are like both parents that are active in their life, they have a more chance of being less susceptible to influence.
right? Because love is sacrifice, and
Exactly.
at the end of the day, the kids and people only going to relate to what they see. And if a person is
Exactly.
making sacrifices, then that's when they're going to respect it.
And that's why I'm here right now with both of my sons, and I guarantee this.
Trust, I understand.
in my life,
I just got
I'm
my
gonna make sure
son.
that they know we upstanding people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got my son. But at the same time, we gotta because at the end of the day, life is always real. So when we leave out, you know what I mean, when people put their kids first, then most of the time they make it home. But at the end of the day, when people putting everything else before it, that's the reason that there ain't no fathers for the kids.
Amen.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Niggas be too worried about themselves. It's a game of selfishness. This world has taught us to be selfish instead of
When you help
being
other people
selfless.
become successful, you become successful.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's
that's
what a
what
lot
you
of
do.
people. That's what a lot of people don't.
And the only
Don't
way to be
understand.
successful is to know your own flaws so you can correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Facts.
You got to stand up to your vices and look at your demons in the face and tell them, like, look, I know this is the reason why I'm fucking up, but I'm not gonna let you fuck me up that bad.
Right.
You gonna
Word.
get them. You gonna get them couple hits off, and I'm gonna have some bumps and bruises. But as far as that goes, and you winning, you're not
Right.
gonna win.
But they say a person.
Failures and experience.
They say a person struggles define them.
The struggle.
Yeah.
I would never be who I am without the struggles I faced in my life.
Right.
So.
Hey,
Facts.
Hey, yo, Charlie, man, we're going to end this on a good note, bro. I appreciate you for calling in. I appreciate everybody who had their input. This has been The Connection.
Before you sign
my
up,
bad.
before you sign,
Close this out.
yeah, hold
I
on.
want Charlie to give his give me your tag.
Yeah.
Let everybody know your tag.
Oh, yeah, what's your...
Alright, yo,
Yeah.
everybody go follow a nigga on Instagram at the Almighty Savo, Almighty S4VO. You can follow me on SoundCloud, Mr. Bad Intentions, Sav Ganja Blood, and holla at Hendo if you want to get on.
SGE,
You wanna
son.
get on? Hold on. Before you go, I want you to hold him because he gave a dope freestyle in the joint.
Yeah.
Like I told you, we got Shelly Anno in the building, and since we got him in, I got to pull the cousin card. This family, you know what I'm saying? I need some pain before we get out of here, man. I need. Yeah, hold on real quick.
You want me to spit?
Yeah. We need some pain, real quick.
Yeah, I need to... Yeah.
I said, let's take a walk on the dark side. Hear my soul and my heart cry. 2016, I see my heart die. Now my attitude like fuck it, they can all die. That's the reason I ain't praying in a long time. I'm probably a piece of shit in the law's eyes. I'm numb to this world and I ain't feeling nothing. But if my dogs get a call, then I'm killing something. We the people in power, that mean we make the rules. Whoever try to break them, then we make the news. Word to my daughters and my 2 sons. Tell my enemies I'm waiting here with 2 guns. Ain't no bitch in my blood, I got a lion heart. I run you down, gun you down, let the iron spark. Tell Cosmic Kev he need to talk to me, cause he claiming niggas the king and he ain't talk to me. I heard a wise man say the eyes the window to your soul. Well, if they stare inside of minds, they probably see the North Pole. Since a youngin' I've been corrupted, watching my mother suffer. I came from the gutter, born and bred to be a hustler. I had pit bulls in the backyard, house smelling like sewage. Family members dying, my niggas is going through it. The elite move quiet, shit is deeper than music. That's why I figured out my craft, how to hustle and use it. The nerve of these nobody niggas acting like somebodies. Disrespect me, I get them all killed like Gotti. Respect the boss when you see one. Everybody claiming they kings, but I don't see none. Haters, they don't want to see me get mines, so they sit around and talk like a sitcom. You small time, homie, I'm big time. And I'm the future right now like I skipped time. Y'all must be kidding. What the fuck is y'all spitting? I'm the glitch in the computer, going against the system. I search for a piece of mind, knowledge, or wisdom. But niggas acting like the devil, I give them my exorcism. My mind stayed on winning, y'all. Champagne sipping all. Came from the kitchen back in grams when the dishes raw.
Let's go,
Yeah!
bro.
Round of applause for this man, yo. Round of applause for this
Yeah,
man.
bro, that's-
Yeah.
I felt that shit. Every bar, I felt that shit.
Turn him up. Yo.
Bad if I was live on the radio.
Yo, Charlie, you still there, bro?
I'm in my cousin's studio.
Yo.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm gonna have to let you go, bro. We gotta wrap the show up. All right.
Yo, already know. Holla at me, bro. Just hit me.
All right, bro. I love you, bro.
Yeah, bro. You're
Thank
welcome.
you, bro.
You're welcome to call in anytime, bro. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all.
Pleasure talking to you.
Keep doing what y'all doing, because y'all putting on.
All right, man. Have a good night, bro. All right, I think we're going to end this on a good note. This has been The Connection. Another episode, another great episode. Can we have another round of applause, please?
Yeah, bro.
Thank you. This is an amazing episode. Sheliano, thank you for coming through. Yo, amazing topics, amazing conversations, amazing disagreements, amazing debates. This is what y'all get. Ending note, like I always say, I just want everybody to know that if y'all suffering from anything, then y'all can hit me or Shoe up, or you could
Any time of the night. I don't give a fuck.
Any time
you
of
can
the
wake me
night.
out of my sleep if you're going through some shit. That's why we're here.
And I promise that Shoe will stop making sexist jokes.
Throws me under the bus right before. All right.
All right, let us out, man.
One thing I wanted to say before we wrap it up also is so Hendo and I were talking before the show, and we want to have you guys reach out to us if you guys have any
Yes.
opinions or ideas on anything we should talk about. If you guys want to see us talk about certain
Tune in and
topics,
show love, y'all.
definitely hit us up and
Yes.
let us know what you want to hear, and we will definitely pick the best topics. You know what I mean? This is Shu. You can follow me on Instagram at Shu856. You can follow Hendo at Hendo609_, and you can follow RIG The Connection. It's the_connection_radio show. Thanks for tuning in.
And we
out.
out of here.
Yo, where you at, too?